opportunity to introduce and also reintroduce to you the panel. Since they are seated in order, I'll just flow from the opposite end. May I get this microphone? Sure.
Jamaican Diaspora Conference.
First and foremost, I'd like to have all our panelists just greet you and just one brief statement or just one sentence greeting, and then later on, once we start delving into some issues, they'll have an opportunity to expound and share their opinion. All right, so first and foremost, the man who wrote that infamous letter, Dr. Rupert A. Francis. And panelists, you may remain seated for your
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. President. You know I don't want to stand up anyway. I just want to
stand up for Jamaica.
Yes, we are standing up for Jamaica. You know, I want to tell you, I love Canada. I don't care what anybody says. I came here as a soldier, and we have some soldiers down there in Toronto at the Lions Den. They're all I taught them. I was their captain. I also went to Petawawa and trained in Petawawa in the middle of the winter. Can you imagine a black man in the winter? I was the only thing that was black on the snow. But I just came in here this evening and I see a man in a green shirt, so he must be a laborite, right? No, I only said that because somebody came up to me and said, you're the man who was in the Labour Party. Yes, I served the Labour Party for 45 years. But the point I'm making is this, that this is not about politics. This is about Jamaica.
Intro. Right.
And you say and you sing the national anthem, you eat the food, you do everything that's Jamaican, talk Jamaican, and cannot be hiding. So why must we allow people to take us for fools? We are not fools, we are very smart people. We run faster, everything, and I'm here tonight to say that this is our land. This is our land that we have to pass on to the next generation, and we must preserve it, and that's why we are here this evening. I thank you for the opportunity to be able to say these few words at the moment to you, and you don't have to call me any names. I know all my names. Thank you very much. One love, one heart, one destiny.
All right. Dr. Rupert A. Francis. Now beside him is another almost handsome guy, nearly handsome guy, but he's strong. So we gotta give him his props. This guy names rhymes with one of my favorite person of all time, with his initial, JC. Who's that? Jesus. Right. It's JC. But I found out it's not the JC where I like him, but he loved Jamaica so much, he take on the name Jamaica for himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica, Carlos.
Good evening, everybody. Manners and respect, everybody else. No, we're glad to see you. We're glad to see you. This is a sacrifice, unlike President. This is an investment. Think about it. Some of you might not be around when change comes that we are seeking. The change that we are fighting for right now might be for our grandchildren then. You realize that? Just like the house owner be on the money I save right now, someday grandchildren might inherit it, you know? So consider this. It's an investment in our country. And I'm very proud to be here. Trust me, that's soon crossing. Everybody come here, you know? The money start back up, man. Trust me. So, we're glad to be here, and we're glad everybody come out looking enthused, and we're ready. And Music Sensation, Dr. Francis, and Will Rattigan, and Will Lonesome, and Aromatic anyway there. Go and stay so I see you. Jeffrey Tavares, we love you the same way. No matter what you think about me, we still love you. Go and keep it, Jeffrey. So people are asking better audio quality, because people watch all out here. Jamaica, they said, this is our moment. Pick up everybody I watch from Jamaica and all the countries around the world, Jamaican people and Jamaican lovers. They are saying that this is our moment. They want to hear everything clear. They want to see it clear. This is our moment. Hip, 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 hip. Hooray! Hip, 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 hip. Hooray! What we want? Jamaica! What we want? When we need it? When we need it? What the sound like we already had? What we want? What we want? When we need it? Thank you, people. Let's warm up for later.
Alright, warm up for later, ladies and gentlemen. The JC himself, now beside him is the dynamic duo, Byron and Anne-Marie. Ladies and gentlemen, in unison, the mystic sensation couple. Give it up for them.
Thank you, President.
Byron and Anne-Marie from the
First and
Mystic
foremost, I
Sensation.
want to say a big thanks
Hey, they look different in person.
Wilderness, the Titan boss, right? The renegade, one afraid. Now, you know that we lonesome is actually the root of which spring from the
Hey,
advocacy
Andrea. Thanks, big
of
girl.
good governance.
Thanks for checking
Right?
in.
Prior to me
This is my first
and my
live
wife,
money. I just
come
hit
on
that
the
button.
road,
I don't know
we
what the
used
heck
to
I'm
watch,
doing,
news,
but glad it's coming in
news,
loud and clear.
right, advocating, right, as you go along. And then we join later. Now let me say something to all of us. What we are fighting something that's extremely serious. Corruption, right, in high and low places. Now when we look and see Jamaica Labour Party government, right, as it relates to corruption permeated through the entire government. We have seen where the illicit 6 was exposed. It didn't get better. Another 2 added to illicit 8. And I can guarantee you that when the investigation completed, we might end up with the illicit 48 or 49. Right? Now this is very serious.
Welcome, darling.
Never yet in our history,
Thanks for joining us,
never yet in
everybody.
our history, that we have seen such a rampant corruption. Never yet. Right? Regardless of how, views out there and persons out
Welcome,
there
darling.
saying both
Glad you
parties
could
are the
join
same.
us.
Right? The truth be told, as it relates to my particular research, no, they are not. Right? You have seen from 1954
Candy. It's
until
like
we speak
candy. Hey,
today,
Candy Max. Welcome, darling.
through the history, Google search,
Brittany L.
more than
Rest of
8
darling. Thanks for
Jamaica
joining.
Labour Party
Welcome.
members of
Colin
Parliament,
Francis. Enough
right,
respect, darling.
are
Thanks for
tried,
joining
processed
us.
through the
Welcome.
judiciary, and sent to prison. Let us compare that. How many People's National Party member of Parliament are processed through the system, found guilty, and gone to prison? Not one. In spite of what people may say as it relates to allegations,
Turn my camera. Camera
right?
Max.
Allegations are not
Hopefully
facts.
It'll turn.
Now we have seen Colonel Spencer that processed through the
You don't have
system,
to.
the fact of the matter, he had placed through the judiciary found him not guilty. So what we have here today,
Tell me if you're
that we have a Jamaica Labour Party, right, from the onset,
No.
right,
So
have
sorry,
been guilty,
blocked.
right, of blatant corruption. Now let me say this. Of all the corruption that we want to speak about, when you have a political party aim in destroying our
Let me know if
education,
I turn it
the
landscape,
vital
if you can see it
fiber
really well.
to bring our
Or if
nation
you have to lean your
forward,
neck.
then we
Because
have to
it's
say,
telling me that my rotation
time
is
come.
blocked. And I thought I really
This is the second attempt as it relates to UL Reid. But prior to UL Reid, another Minister of Education had done the very same thing. So then let me ask, if a party understands the importance of education to pivot our nation forward, and that party is crippling our nation, crippling our education system, that party doesn't mean the country no good. And so then we are saying, why we are gathered here today is to say to the Jamaica Labour Party, time come. All right, time come, and I pass this
Time
over to
come
my
for the
wife.
intro.
I'm gonna put it back.
Hello everyone.
Portrait.
Blessings and one love. Thank you so much for turning out. Really
Hey, Robert.
appreciate
What's up?
everyone's support. And I just want to say time come for accountability and then you be as
All right,
God.
Andrea.
Keep up the fight.
It's back.
All right. And sitting beside Anne-Marie, ladies and gentlemen, our
The big
fearless
rat.
leader.
The big rat.
No, if Wayne Lonesome is the renegade been afraid, we're coming to that.
I should let her
Talking
read.
about the
Don't worry, darling.
Rottweiler. There's only one name
Andrea,
why
don't
these
go far.
government
Don't go far. I'm
officials
just
don't
gonna leave
sleep
it
well
like
at
this.
night and have heartburn. Anything else in them will scratch them in and figure out. But once a minute, it sends some kind of shiver up them spine. Ladies and gentlemen, the fearless leader himself,
Hey, Andrew,
none other than
how are you,
Wilfred
darling?
Rattigan.
Conference protest.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for
Ladies
joining
and
us.
gentlemen, family!
Wagwan family!
It's my pleasure and privilege to be here with you. I'm truly humbled by the warm embrace and reception I've received.
Hey, real sweet
Now,
girl.
if you had asked me,
How
well,
you
first of all,
doing?
let me just say,
Glad you could join us.
thanks to Man of the Wilderness and all the panelists here, and to you for showing up tonight. It's
Real
good to
sweet
be
men
back
have
in
cooked tonight,
Canada.
them have
My
food
last
here.
time
We
here
can't
was
carry it. We can't carry it back. No.
1998.
Doggy bag for you, our Rufus.
Shame on me, right? No, at that time I was assigned to the embassy up in Ottawa. I was working out at the FBI office there. And shortly after that I got transferred to Saudi Arabia. So it's good to be back here. But if you had asked me 2 years ago, if you had told me 2 years ago I would be on stage with these luminaries, I would have said, you're mad. No way. Because
Come on, Empress G, come out and
I was
stand
one
up.
of those people who sat in a group and said,
FCTV.
all of the people in Jamaica empty it off, they can go to this, them, and that. And it dawned on me that, wait a minute, instead of
Well,
criticizing,
you know what, Andrea?
why
Them
don't you
have
do something to
some
uplift
plastic
the
box
country?
here, so
And
Brutus
I
might get
started
lucky,
watching,
you know, real sweet.
and I
Brutus
admitted
might
to
get
them
lucky.
recently that I was watching their program, Dynamic Duo, Music Sensation, I was watching Lonesome's program, and to be frank, I got inspired. And then I also joined forces with Dr. Francis and this gentleman right here, Herb Nelson Jr. Jamaican Carlos came on later on. But I'm the newbie on the scene. And why am I here? I'm not here because of position.
Our
I'm not
Candy
seeking
Max,
position.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
do a sweep of the
seeking
panel.
power. I'm not
Dr.
seeking
Francis,
status. I've retired from the
Carlos,
FBI. I'm a
Byron
practicing
from Mystic
attorney. I
Sensation,
don't need this.
Anne Marie from Mystic
I
Sensation,
have to do this. Because
Rebel,
when I look back and I
the
look at
Rebel
what's
Mr.
going on in
Rattigan,
Jamaica,
and
it's
next to
a
Mr.
goddamn
Rossi
disgrace.
is
And we have
Man in the
people there who are
Wilderness,
so-called
Solo and Son.
educated, so-called qualified.
think that
But then when I look at some of the
his
things
daughter
that
is
this
right,
group
and I
has
think that's
done,
Mama Angie, and then
especially her,
Lonesome's
and
daughter,
he probably
and then
won't talk
there
about
is
it tonight, but he's
Sir
done
Herb
some deep
Nelson.
diving on some of
Okay,
these crooked
alright.
politicians. And when you look at some of the things, you start saying to yourself, how much money do you really need in this life? How
I don't
much?
know where Maria is.
And it
Candy
reminds
Max.
me
I
of
thought
a
she
case
gonna
when I
be
was
here.
the number 2 person
I
in
was
charge of the
running late,
FBI
honey,
office in
and you know,
Mississippi.
we was on CP time.
There's a gentleman who was on
It
trial.
didn't start actually.
And I remember the
after I got
billionaire,
here.
and I remember
Guess
the
they were
judge
waiting
said
on
to
me.
him, greed is like salt water. The more you drink of it, the thirstier
Yeah,
you
you
get.
get. Absolutely.
And that's what's going on in Jamaica. Greed. It's not because they need the money. They don't need it. You know who need it? The people of Jamaica, the poor people. And so we need to be the voice for the voiceless. We need to be the voice for the people who are marginalized, the people nobody don't care about, because they can't speak for themselves. And you see what happened recently? People can't talk anymore
I was like,
because
oh, I'm
people
gonna
are
be
being
late.
tracked and people are being traced. And people are being
John
threatened.
Allen,
But
welcome.
up your soul, with
Welcome,
no
darling.
fear. With no fear, I just want to thank all of you for believing in us. I want to thank all of you for the support you have provided us, and I ask you to continue, because together we will rise.
Amen.
Together the change will come. Thank you.
Amen.
All right, we're gonna see
All right, Mr. Rossi.
able to earn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our intelligence analyst. This man is the kind of guy.
I'm talking to you guys.
We're just in the
Jean?
room.
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say get hard on children. I can't say that. I can't say that with the children. But this guy, whenever you think about anything intelligent, it gets his juices flowing. And let me tell you this, you just want to say anything that has to do with law enforcement or intelligence. Earth will be like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning blasting off documents and research. This man take corruption seriously. And he has spent his life. And you're going to see this man's life work will show you and prove to you that he's fighting for you. And he's going up against the people who believe they can pull a wool over their eye. And no, there might have been corruption happening for years, but with the tools we have today, the tools at Earth's disposal, and a lot more people out there who are deep diving, they are uncovering things that traditionally you wouldn't be able to uncover to realize how corrupt some of these elected officials are. Ladies and gentlemen, the man with the plan, Mr. Herb Nelson Jr.
Welcome, honey. Glad you could join us.
Greetings, everybody. I know I came to every table
EM?
this evening.
I don't know about no
If I
wide angle
missed
lens
you,
down, and this is
hopefully
my
we
little
can get a picture
smartphone that
together.
I popped
If you're
in
just
my
coming in.
little
So,
doohickey here.
I'd like to say
So
something
I
about
can go
patriots.
live. All I did was hit the live
Because that's
button.
exactly what you are. Not the
Thumbnail,
kind of
I didn't do
patriots
nothing. I just
you
hit the
see in
live
some
button.
places
I
that swear to
tried
killing
doing
people
landscape,
and do things that
but I
only
think
their
because
race
I didn't open
can enjoy.
the
What's Jamaica's motto?
rotation for going live.
I hear that
Out
because
of many.
okay, out of many one people.
Okay. All right.
Alright? Patriots who desire a better country discuss and share concerns about the nation's current state and future direction. That does sound familiar? Come on, guys. Organize and mobilize efforts to bring about positive change. That's what we're doing right now. Advocate for policies and reforms that benefit the country and its citizens. Support and encourage leaders and initiatives that align with their vision for a better country. Engage in community service and volunteer work to address local issues and improve the quality of life. Educate and raise awareness about important issues and promote civic engagement. Build a sense of community and solidarity among like-minded
Hey,
individuals.
that's not normal.
And develop
Hey,
and
Mr. GQ,
implement
thank you, sir.
solutions to address social,
I just
economic,
push the live
and
button and went live.
political
I didn't do any
challenges.
thumbnail and not fancy like you, Mr.
Now,
King
if you have not been engaging in that, they say by gathering, country patriots can pool their resources, expertise, and passion to drive meaningful change and create a better future for their country. Now, when I'm there at 3 or 4 in the morning,
Honestly, I'll never fight Empress
and
TV
there are
now.
people just
Really,
pinging
just
away on my
turn up
computer,
writing on the view.
right?
Sure.
They're asking questions.
Blue
And it's
wave.
as
Big
if
up
I'm
yourself,
trying
family.
to answer their questions without giving away too much. Right? You have people ask me simple questions like, was this guy really born in Great Britain? And do you have, are they serious about what they're saying? And then I have to look at the Constitution and I have to say, no, they're not serious about what they're saying. Whether they're born in Great Britain or any other Commonwealth country, they have a right to run for office and to occupy office in any Commonwealth country, basically. That includes Jamaica, right? So when the
Thanks,
pressure
family.
hit
At EM.
the
Thanks,
Prime
guys.
Minister, he brought up something that was supposed to be privileged information. And privileged information simply means if your information here at the Social Security Office in Canada gets disclosed by a government minister, then I believe you have the right to sue that government minister for how many disclosures that occurred. So you can't go into somebody's personal records, look at their passport, and tell the country, this guy has a different passport.
I wish a ninja would.
Especially if it's
Oh, my.
a UK passport. Canadians, UK citizens. They're not UK citizens necessarily unless they were registered in the UK or registered at the embassy here. But all Canadians are what? Commonwealth citizens, just like Jamaicans. And if they go and they live in Jamaica for a year, they can run for what?
Office.
Office. Right? It's that simple. So the Prime Minister started a fire that he believed would have engulfed the opposition leader. And all it did was come back and burn him on the ass.
That's right.
Because
What you
it
do
was
it,
just
Andrew? What you do it,
simple
Andrew?
shenanigans.
See?
He was
Got you behind sports
utilizing
now.
to get people to stop talking about what?
Corruption.
His failure to fire.
All right.
Him not file
All right, give it up for Herb Nelson, everybody. All right, toss it back to Wayne. Now, earlier I mentioned Dr. Rupert wrote writing a letter. But there was a man
Mr. President.
who filed a lawsuit. No, who that man is. Anybody know who that man is?
You're right, man.
There was a man who got sick and tired of talking and said, Nadine Solomon sing one song. And what the song said? Not about. And listen, please, we want to collect a donation. If you leave a donation with the OJL Dave. Please don't leave it in the box somewhere at the bar there and say donation. Please, but don't leave without leaving something with us. Alright? Everybody that goes see you. So if you think you're gonna slip out, we have to pay for you here. We're in the back door neither, we have to pay for you here. So I think so I'm gonna slip out, I'm gonna eat some curry wood and just cut down and stuff.
Good.
Nah, we don't want to this stuff, so thank you. You guys are always awesome. But back to our star and our host today. No, so this man decides, said, no, me and everybody talking. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take the fight to them. And this fire started right here with that almost handsome guy. I remember me almost handsome. We established that, right?
Let's not forget.
Ladies and gentlemen, the renegade himself. He pinned our lawsuit and took the fight to them. And that set off a fire right now. That's why we have the letter. That's why we have Ratty. That's why we have Mystic. That's why we have Carlos. But I mean, the president been around long time. We just know about becoming on social media. But nonetheless, need the planet to know. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to reintroduce to us our host and the renegade. He's setting the pace. We have laid out a dossier of videos because we want to be a little bit interactive. And let me apologize to those who are watching the stream. I understand that the audio is not the best quality. Do turn it up a little bit and catch your ears because you will be informed and you will be empowered. So we apologize to anyone out here that's watching the stream and encountering any kind of challenge. Later on, thanks to Wayne, we also will have good audio quality because we're professional recording this. So later on you'll get a higher quality and any of those will repost and restrict. But for you who are here, we're going to make a difference tonight. So one more time without any further ado, I want to big up Mr. Cool, but we are bringing back the renegade as we take this fight and fight on for the people.
Yes, man, the renegade is not afraid, you know? Yes. Let me tell you something, man. Jamaica Constabulary Force now Come on, that right dinner at.
Good evening, darling.
Yeah, because when you take,
Glad you could join us.
me never know if it, you know,
Appreciate you
because
being
it's
here.
so good. So you know how Google got it, right? So, because it was no police, you know. It was no police. And we see it from afar. Because when the Prime Minister take a military guy and tell him that personal advisor, that's, you know, that's one of the lowest point, you know. Not true? Yes. And then, you know, it say, no, we want him to turn commissioner. The first advisor that took Prime Minister in the history of Jamaica, you know. The first, you know, security advisor, when they have a security minister. Never make no sense. It make any sense? So you are paying over what, 10 million at the time, and then you double up in money. If you not at all, that man they him dumb than rock. Because if you talk to a rock, you remember if you say, yo! You're an echo now, you bounce and pick up on you. If you say, yo! To Google, answer. Straight answer. So, you know, we get fed up by him now and the be stupid this, so we have to do a lawsuit him because he must move. Yes, man, we have to lawsuit him. We have to move him. Yeah? Yeah, man, because we couldn't take it no more. We see Marla talk to Miss Kitty one at a time and they say, you know, I'm asking, we'll ask that man. And he might come in and say, I'm not wearing a commissioner. No, you're commissioner right through. From your commissioner until you leave the post.
All right, Miss Andrew.
You understand? And people like them, they know, you know, the government have, and not putting up, you know, I move the qualified people there. And I put some lapses and yes man. And that bad. Yes. So I have to get up and I have to burn out the one of these kind of things. You can't burn more. We're tired of that now, you know. We're tired of that. Because that can't move the country. And now move the country forward. And then now the masses in art. Then now the masses in art. So we have to lawsuit. Where no Google around the pandong, you know. Because Google, in glad same run gone, you know. I mean, you then drop the word parati. Karate do the second lawsuit, you know. Yeah. Inside, the guy must say, well, no, man, I don't win this. You find out what I'm going to go. Now, for not know what because she had that spirit, you know. I want to know who that. Yes. I want to, and the third one too. But when they knock the second one, they say, no, he's not understanding. We are not understanding. He said, he didn't understand it, right? He's not understanding. And then the year when Google leave now, they were dropped the word and said, Google himself, come here, have it here, you know. If you like, play them thing there, you know, because you know we like old people to account. Google said, no, them not you know, draft nobody outside of turn the commissioner, them have, you know, police with qualification there. We can't manage the country. No. I'll be a yes man, and I'll be a lackeys and wimps around the Jamaica Constable Force. That's why them trouble Rowan James. And that bad. Yes. That bad. We should have stand up for Rowan James. Good police.
So I don't know how the
but them are pay politics for the police. Don't pay politics. What we want or want a government.
I will keep
you
some
know,
people.
you leave the police force alone.
Alright.
Police for the policing. Police to the serve, protect and reassure the citizens of the country. Not for work, for no government. Like them are you know, you have to think to them and they allow the people them and attack them. It definitely need to stop. It needs to stop. Tonight I don't think we're going to talk to you know. So we're going to just take time and go back across to President to DJ Cool. Yes. Yes, and then I forgot some question to you know, because you know when we get actual tonight, I always because them are sitting down and watching. And them are watching this. So we are sending a message to them saying we have to continue to hold them accountable. And we want some people to start going to prison by the way, you know. Yeah, we want some people to go to prison. Tell you something. In a full lifetime, from the know no self, from the band till now, no self. Would you ever see anybody from the PSOJ ever go to prison yet? I ever get charged? But you're still the biggest crook in Jamaica, you know. You don't know that? You don't know about the coke port? Tell me which ghetto youth could have fined 25 million US and nearly 3.4 billion Jamaican. Like up at the court port, which Jamaican, look at Jamaican youth. I know Jamaican youth that do that. And then them find the next 80 million dollars. That's around 16 billion. 12, no, that's 12 billion. That's equal to 16 billion in all. Them find like this, just the port and dollars. That's how look get the youth in that. Don't fix daily. You hear me call the name fix daily. Can fix the things there. That guy is not a police and they need to move. Yes. He wants to straight. Right? Fix daily, fix up the thing and then come out. Remember this is 2022 when they up at the court, right? And he come out last year, Martin, and say, oh, we just sign a paper and we soon, you know, we're going to make an arrest. When you say anybody get arrested or no?
No.
How can the government is? We need real government. No man, we need some real government man and the real things, no man. We're tired of this, no man. And the PSO, they behind this because they love when they have a government where it's yo. Yes. You understand? So that's how the PSO love set. Them like yo. Where them can use and you know, them pay less taxes and you have some big guys there with some bank where them close their jaws to look at money and close their account. That back to you know. Yeah. Most poor people don't have a account. SSL is the next one of them. I know they're not touching what they got, you know. You know what them do? You remember what them do? Them don't know to that one named Jean Panther. Me have the under man and say, yo, me not show them money face because she can't move them money there. 31 million US. Oh, she can move that. And touch the SWIFT system. Whenever you go to the SWIFT system, yeah. If you touch that, I believe me, America come here. Yeah. She couldn't take out the money there. Remember, you have to transfer the money. And by the way, SSL is not a bank. Ain't a bank. Yeah? And then blame that poor little man. And then you have something named, you know, more peace radio, aka Mama.
Appreciate you.
Big Mama. Yes. Yeah, all them know is just play politics. We're not playing politics for me. You understand? We have to talk about Jamaica. And we have to clean Jamaica. Yes, and we're not joking. So that's what we said tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of things. A lot of things. Because, you understand? We're going to talk about a lot of things, man. But we're going to move on. We're going to continue to move on. Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, so here's the deal. So, you may ask yourself a question. All right. What can I do being here tonight? But remember, it really comes down to action. Am I right? Because if you come here, we gather, we talk, we express our frustration. That's one thing. But the true question really is this. How do we use our presence here to make an impact and bring the quantifiable results of change that we're looking for? That's really the question. What does your presence here mean to the future of Jamaica? Well, I'm glad you asked, Liberal. I mean, Richard. Not the trouble. I had to do it. Dr. Francis did it. So I have to take a swipe out, right? But listen, this is non-political, by the way. The number for that we wear a PMP shirt and she goes with it. The PMP hat there, I told you, hey, a PMP table is on. That was a green balloon. Me, would have was a green balloon. You know that was a green balloon if I was sitting at this table. Because you know, orange shirt, orange. I'm not going to make sure she put that orange in it. You have to some degree, you're confusing. Which I choose a side, man. Anyway, but we're on the side of Jamaica. Absolutely. It doesn't matter which party, we're all on the side of Jamaica and the future of Jamaica. So here are your leaders. Here are the people with the vision that you have listened to. You have vetted all of them. You have watched them work and you know exactly what their heart and what their position is. But my question for you is a very simple.
Welcome, David. Thanks for joining us.
How does your presence here make the ball move towards the goal? How can you help? The first thing I'm telling you is that, and not all of us have a law degree like Wilfred Rattigan. Not all of us have the military background like Dr. Rupert. Not all of us have the IT and intelligence analysis like my good friend Herb. And not all of us have platforms like Wayne and Mystic and Carlos that they can get the word out. But let me say this to you.
For real?
You
That's crazy. Mr.
are
President.
really the
That's
people that
right
will
now.
put these guys to work. And we need to put them to work. We started a fund, the old jail, the fund, and that helps the work to go on. Because every time you file a lawsuit, it's money. Every time you do some research, it's money. Every time you have to go somewhere to visit and have a meeting,
The gas
it's
bag is
cost.
nowhere to be
And
found.
we're asking you to be a part of that. That's the first thing. And the next thing, John right here want to learn how to file ATIs. He's been begging you, learn how to file ATI. Let me know what is ATI. What is ATI? Access to what?
Information.
And overflow that. And she stood up there now. That means something good. Yo, if I me, my person just hold her and she just oop. She couldn't even hear her phone. She couldn't even hear her phone. Hey, it's a good, come on, it's a good. Yo.
Alright, I think she was enjoying her speech, you know. Straight up. Were you enjoying it? Were you enjoying what you said? I think
What's
so.
up? Listen, I need to not be between them. I'm my favorite song now.
And she didn't answer the phone. I won't be able to.
She's not distracted.
Play out.
She didn't care about the phone.
You know what that said to me?
Yeah.
She's about the people's business.
Yes. Come on. Show the first beautiful lady.
Everything else is secondary to her. And you, look how when you're late today. And someone never get some way. There are some people that kiss their teeth and say, oh, I don't like them in Jamaica because they don't know what time. And some people that don't like them. You know, some people feel like that and they don't understand. So sometimes there are reasons why they control why there's a delay. You know, some people, they just love cuss and love call their fellow Jamaicans and professional. You know, some people say so. Yes!
A recent
What do you mean by the girl beside you that says so?
person that enjoyed the false
Make sure the kind!
Oh, you're not calling my phone.
Did I call for?
No. Who the cap fit?
Said the man who wearing that cap. But seriously though, some people that cuss and go on and vex and go on and say, yo, we know what you guys did.
Thank you,
You
darling.
patiently
Welcome to the
fellowship
broadcast.
and connect with people and meet because you guys know it's bigger than the moment.
Thanks
It's just
for
bigger than
joining.
just any kind of temporary setback. And we have great things we're going to be covering tonight. But I want your participation. This is an open forum, and this is going to be your time to express yourself. So let me say this to you guys. Please, I have one thing I have to say.
Yes.
And I stand the risk of isolating some people who are very partisan. But I want you to keep in mind, it is not very professional and patriotic to do what me do. Call the Honorable Prime Minister conjure boldness. Don't do it. It don't look good at no sound good feel about the big Honorable Prime Minister. I'm going to call him conjure.
He's a con man,
No,
sir.
let me say this.
This is why we call him conjure.
If me do it,
Coldness. There is no honor in his name, Sir Rosie. That's why we call him conjure coldness.
let me say this.
He's a con man and he's
It
cold
is
with
not
it.
it. So, hold on. So listen me again. I can do it and get away with it. Listen, I can do it. You can do better. You can do better.
He's here in the place.
What do you call the
Well,
dishonorable control?
to be honest with you, I believe if somebody has a job to do and they're not doing it, you have a right to say how you feel.
Oh, candidate. This is right now to the broadcaster. He's a DJ, baby.
And I'm very tired.
You can go do some spinning
Let me
stuff
say this
later.
again. And in all seriousness though. Alright. The thing about it is this. The Prime Minister is in an office.
Hey,
And then I'm dead serious.
thank you, darling.
He's in an office, and we don't like what they do. We believe that they're corrupt and they're not following the laws that they are sworn to uphold. Wrong or right? We all agree with that.
Yes.
But here's the deal. speaking disparagingly and using all kind of disparaging terms and pejorative terms, meaning say as a face of things, calling all kind of names. That doesn't solve the problem. So what I want us to focus on tonight, instead of focusing on the nicknames and the conjure, when me don't follow me, I come rude, I'm ready, you know? So don't follow me though. Don't mean say what I do either. So we want to keep it civil, that message. So tonight in the conversation, let us know one thing. No matter how you take it, if Jamaica is called upon to be represented around the globe, there's nobody else, the world is looking toward him. So whether you like him or not, whether you like his policy, whether you like his performance, that's another story. But here's the deal. We cannot be above that. Because guess what? If you have another prime minister coming and if many of us are open and Mark will step in, we would want the same respect being offered to him in the same way from the opposition. Wrong or right? Fear is fear. Fear is fear. And we can't be hypocritical and partisan. Because we're because people say partisan. And then we know what's on them. Don't do that. Don't do that. You see righteousness right across the board. Righteousness is just righteousness. I mean, you can't take side. You have to cut straight. So tonight, in your deliberation, in your discourse, while you're talking, keep in mind, he's the representative of our country. And we'll vote him out, as many of you will. But here's the deal. But we need to also make sure that when we're speaking, people don't get sidetracked by the pejorative terms and the negative things that we're saying about the person, but we focus on the performance, right? Because the performance is the issue. So we don't want anybody call it sweet pepper noodles. So me alone. Nobody that says sweet pepper noodles but me.
Our two paragraphs, no, excuse me. You mess up sweet pepper like that person. Two paragraphs.
Do not do that. DJ, put me the box.
Well, boss, you know, as a Jamaican, I'm born in Jamaica, and grew up in Jamaica, I love Jamaica to the max. I believe everybody that's here tonight should remember say a Jamaica first. Bottom line. It no matter whether you're PNP or JLP, we believe in Jamaica first. And if you're here and you take side, we ain't that. We want people to put Jamaica first. Amen. Because when we say eternal Father bless our land, it means that we want God to bless certain people and leave out certain people. And you're right about what you said. The respect is due. Because when it comes to representing us, we still have to show our support behind somebody, whether or not we like what I say. But we still have to show them support. It's like the Trudeau guy in Canada right now. I would people not like him either. But out of respect, we still have to realize say anything he might represent us. So good point.
And it's just protocol, alright? Yeah. So tonight is gonna be great. So we're gonna turn back over to our panelists and they're the star of the show tonight. Now we have a dossier of videos I mentioned that we're gonna be looking at. Because the thing about it, we have brought the evidence. And we need your support to galvanize the actions that's going to come. The report that Herb has been pulling, the ATIs that Ratty has been pulling, all of this comes back to you and how you respond to the whole thing. So we're going to do the thing right tonight. All right.
And you know something?
We're Jamaican, we're doing the right thing.
You know, as Jamaican, we have to be diplomatic. Sometimes we might not like what we want, but we have to be diplomatic about it. That's what I want people to do. Just be diplomatic. Because we don't agree with a lot of stuff. The poverty, the corruption, the healthcare, and all them things. But if we try to use brute force and ignorance, we're not going to achieve what we want to achieve. We have to be very diplomatic about it.
My therapist told me once, he said, Lincoln, that's President Lincoln, focus on the problem, not the person. Because me always say, you always make me do this. You always make me do that. And you make me do it. Anybody ever said about you know what say if they never rub it around you wouldn't cuss them out. And my therapist said, focus on the problem, not the person. So we know the performance problem, each person I do. But let's focus on the problem and the performance and leave the pejorative term about the person. Alright, I just want to mention that as we move on with the program. Thank you so much for coming. Food still running back, juice running back, and it's going to be a wonderful evening. When we're done, we're going to play some music, and we have a dance-off competition. Who's the best skanker, right? And then that person, hold on, reveal that yet, but listen, let's get business out the way. Let's get
we'll get some money, we'll get some dollars to the winner.
Yeah, but I didn't know yet.
All right.
Only the faithful, you know. Only the faithful will not get money. Because you have some people that soon as you that can start the so it's like I went on the love of the bed and said, now I'm going to bed 9 o'clock. And the fool will think this is not, because later on the dancing start, one can see when I drop legs too.
Hey, wait, what time are we going to tonight? What time are we going to tonight? 2 o'clock? We're here till 2. So remember that. 2 o'clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to swing it back to Wayne. He's going to play. He's about to play another video. And Wayne, if you could just give us an introduction to where we're going so the audience will know the conversation.
Well, remember this video? Look at this. Hear this. Hold on. So these are the promises in 2015, you know, the then opposition leader made to Jamaica. Right? Watch this promise. Number one, we're going to watch it. Tell me how much of them in fulfilled today. Right now. 8 years plus. Okay? Watch this.
Process to fix the day for general elections in Jamaica. So no government will be able to come and make false promises and hide the truth and tell you hard truths and trick you into voting for them, and then when they win, they'll throw out poison for you.
The fixed election dates, still I went by the promise before the figure. One broken promise after another. Last level, that's the second.
Andrew, when I have to put it up. Oh, stay there.
So they are.
Within the first 100 days of our government, we will start the legislative process to institute impeachment proceedings in Parliament. This will add another layer of protection of the Parliament to ensure that only members of unquestioned integrity sit in the Parliament.
Sir, we need to go then.
We've been given a job letter. That job letter has a timeline of 2 years and 6 months with key performance targets which are agreed upon by the cabinet, focused on 2 things: economic growth and job creation.
Andrew, you need to do yourself on 2016. Let's say you have to put it on paper. So anything you put on paper, the MP have to work with it. So you need to do it now. I'm going to feel like say, when you do that, the MP will do their work and we will see work done in the community.
Within the first 100 days of government, we will start the legislative process to introduce term limits on the office of Prime Minister. At a convenient time, within our new government, we will hold a grand referendum on the CCJ, the Caribbean Court of Justice, as the final appellate.
Anybody know how many days, how many hundreds of days Andrew in office now? Him can't count 200 days.
Nothing done. Boy, expected for them. They're supposed to sleep really well after that. And nothing was done.
You can believe that? All those promises, right? Zero. In talk about in questionable integrity and the statutory declaration that they came from 2021 are now Then 3 years. Remember 2021 plus you have what's
They
2023.
count like me, Max.
2 years plus 2023.
Yeah.
So guys, so 3 different ones. That's the big thing. And I want him 3. And it's so hard for you to have a prime minister of a country. No moral authority to talk to nobody at all. This bad. If some other country, you know, say that we step down, I know, say some people end up in prison, don't it? Right? We have to discuss this. Rocky.
I don't know where to start. Let me just say that most of you, I suspect, you've seen this video, like this is like the 100th time you've seen it. And there's a reason. It's called reinforcement. Because there's something called the 9-day wonder, where you hear something in Jamaica and after 9 days it's forgotten. We are not letting them forget all of these promises. We won't. No. It's been said that the man or the woman who doesn't read has no advantage over the man or woman who cannot read. So it's incumbent upon all of you to read, to understand. And that's one of the reasons why we're here. We're trying to make you critical thinkers, because sometimes we hear things and we don't vet them, and they come second hand, third hand, fourth hand. Now here's what happened, what's interesting about all of these promises. They start out with all of these promises to do what? To get votes. Simple. And after the election, they realized that Jamaican people, they're not really focused on these issues. They're focused on bread and butter issues. When they go eat, when they send the people to school, when they pay rent, light bill, water bill, transportation, they care more about that. So they give you this, and people don't understand how significant these things are. These promises are extremely significant. Now, here's what the Prime Minister did. This is 2015. Did he enact legislation for any of this? No. And by the way, before we go any further, I'm going to big up the lady with the phone. You know, so she don't want to call for her, but the lady with the phone ran us lies. And from 1977, we don't see her. Tonight, I'm the first we see her from 19. We broke at the same yard, a waterhouse. Big up yourself, guys. Yeah. So, when though? It can't pass. It's come up with something called the Constitutional Reform Commission. And it's to make them take care of it. We're not going to deal with it. And what them do? Them still don't include some of them things in the recommendations for them make. And that's why people is so important that when you read them things, and if you don't understand, you have a wealth of knowledge up here. But keep in mind that knowledge is a two-way street. Because we ever make mistakes sometimes now. We ever make mistakes sometimes. And that's one of the most ugliest things about this government, is that I have yet to hear a major politician in Jamaica, major man, come out and say, that which I did was wrong. I made a mistake. I'm asking for your forgiveness. I'm asking you for your continued support. They don't do nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. And so it is up to us to point out the wrongs and to keep it current and to make it become a 9-day wonder. And that's when somebody, the president mentioned about ATI, people, we'll talk about it later, but you need to get involved with filing ATIs. Because a lot of the information that I've imparted to you, I got it from the government itself. I mean, I can pull some teeth sometime and kick out some teeth, but we get the information so we can share it with them. Because otherwise, you would never know some of these things going on. Give one example and I'll pass the mic on to Mystic Sensation. I asked him a question about the Vice Cartel case. I said, I want to know how much taxpayers' dollars the government spent on the Vice Cartel case from beginning to the Privy Council and also where it is now in the Court of Appeal. They wrote me back and they said, we spent 33 million Jamaican dollars to hire a British firm. Now keep in mind, we have somebody called the DPP. And that's the DPP's job, to represent the Crown and Jamaica in criminal cases. But them farm out the work, because I'm not feeding money. Them farm out the work, and they pay $33 million. And then they said to me, we don't have any, we can't tell you how much money we paid in the Jamaican law, because no Jamaican lawyer went to the Privy Council. No Jamaican lawyer went to the Privy Council. Just to give an example of how bare-faced this government is. They must say to you, say, do not believe your lying eyes, because all I want to see the DPP, the Privy Council, along with Jeremy, the deputy, who pay for them? The government pay for them. Taxpayers' dollars. They never pay them here go London. Because sit down and not argue, just sit down and watch. But the government come back and, I mean, so barefaced, and they come back and say, no, we never pay for anybody. So we have to show them the videotape and say, who are these two people? And who pay for these two people? But we have a lot more stories to tell them. But please, people, we'll talk more about ATR tonight. Please, you have to get involved. You have to get involved. This is not about entertainment. This is about education. And so, we have to educate you. You have to educate us. You tell us, and in fact, people are coming forward and giving us a lot of information. Because you know why? People trust us. Because as a retired FBI agent, one of my primary duties, protect people, protect information. So people know when they come to me and tell me something, they'll now receive that in the news the next day. So, but we have lots more to talk about. But we'll pass on the mind, because time is at a premium. We want to get everybody involved, and again, it's supposed to be interactive. We want to hear from you, because when I open the phone line, sometimes I can only take one call at a time. I may have 20 people who call, and I only can take one. But in this forum, we can hear from all of you. We have our whole heap of time tonight.
Thank you, Ratiyan, for that. Tonight we want to do something a little bit different in terms of presenting certain information, right, in full view as it relates to, you can decide as it relates to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, right, fail to have his statutory declaration certified as it relates to 2021, 2022, and 2023. Now, the Prime Minister of Jamaica is a billionaire. And we are going to prove it tonight. Let me say that the Prime Minister of Jamaica is a billionaire. He is a billionaire. So I'm going to take the time, right, and show you vividly and make a comparison between Andrew Warner's statutory declaration and Mark Golden's statutory declaration. But I want you to follow me now, people. What we are going to do tonight is to show you history as it relates to Mark Golden's political history and Andrew Warner's political history. And I want you to listen. I know that members of Parliament, right, and all of them are listening to us. So I'm going to say it loud and clear that any accountant in here tonight, we are going to do this together so that people see the evidence that we have nothing personal against Andrew Warnes. In saying to Andrew Warnes that your statutory declaration cannot be certified for the obvious reason as it relates to $1.7 trillion being missing, and as it relates to SSL, and we are bold, Muslim bold, puts money into SSL, and that money was missing. So we're going to present certain evidence tonight. First, I want to put on the screen as it relates to Mark Golden's political history. You have that? Okay.
Yes, Roger Cook. Welcome
what
to
I
the
want to
live,
show
darling.
was
Thanks for joining us.
Mark Golden's political career. And
Williams. Thanks for joining us, ma'am.
when one able to find that, you will see that Mark Golden's political career have Mark Golden, right, involved in businesses, let us pluralize that, prior to venture into the political realm. When you compare Andrew Warnes would have realized that Andrew Holness has no businesses prior to enter into politics. Andrew Holness is a career politician. Career politician. I was career thief, but obviously. Where Andrew Holness made a mistake was to give an interview
Welcome, darling, the late turner. Thanks for joining us on How Rusty doing? But yes, I need to know that's our inside joke.
$47 million into politics, right? As it relates to his business. Now some people follow me. So then we check, right, on Wikipedia. And then we check on Wikipedia if people have phone and have internet. I want people to just follow me. When you check on Wikipedia, you will realize that Andrew Holness came into the politics in 1997. Now, when we investigate prior to 1997, Andrew Holness has no business. You get what I'm saying, people? You follow me? When we check, right, prior to 1997, Andrew Holness has no business. So then and there we know that the interview that he did, right, with Fitz Henley, right, would have now proven as a lie. Now I have a clip as it relates to Juliet Holness at an interview speaking about her marriage with Andrew Holness. And what Juliet Holness said specifically that in 1997, right, while they were getting married, they did not have any money. Now people are wanting to follow me. They sorry. All right. So what we're saying, what the wife said, go against what Andrew said, that he brought in $47 million into the politics. Right? All right. Here someone mentioned that, exactly, here someone mentioned that he owed student loan, and indeed we have that evidence that he owed student loan. So those were two factors that going against Andrew Holness. Right? Now, if we know some find that in terms of putting up Mark Golding's statutory declaration, and then we go to Andrew Holness' statutory declaration, we see something significantly wrong. Right? So Mark Golding, doing business prior to venture into politics, and when Mark Golding was doing his businesses, Andrew Holness was going to school. Andrew Holness was going to school. Mark Golding's statutory declaration, and I want people to follow me who have internet follow me. Mark Golding's statutory declaration for 2020, having Mark Golding total assets at $163 million. Now, Andrew Holness statutory declaration for 2019 showing Andrew Holness statutory declaration at $171 million. Which simply means that Mark Golding, who has businesses
Letitia
Right?
Elliott.
Prior
Dr.
to
Johnny
Andrew
was
Holness
fam.
venturing into politics, Andrew Holness, who has no business, is now richer
Thank you,
than Mark
Dr.
Golding.
Thank you, Letitia.
The question,
I try to
where did
think
he
there.
get his money from? Now, bigger surprise than this. Bigger surprise than this. In 2022, right, while I was going through some of the cleaner footages, I realized that Juliet Holness took a lady who sold her a piece of land at least lot. Now, Juliet Holness said in court, impossible to fix. Her $800 million apartment will not be able to go any further as a result of a road, a piece of road. I mean, if you look at my program, you see that Ratty and I, we show that, right? That she was arguing about. Now, when Juliet Holness started that project, Juliet Holness started that project in 2012. I want people to remember this, 2012. And when Juliet Holness started that project in 2012, that project escalated in what it is in 2021 in court as $800 million. Now people, I want to ask this question. So then when I see that, I said, okay, something is wrong. Because Andrew Holness and Juliet Holness filed statutory declaration together. So then if Andrew Holness and Juliet Holness filed statutory declaration together, why Andrew Holness statutory declaration showing total assets, income and liabilities to be $171 million. So then when I look at it, there is no reflection from our statutory declaration as it relates to the $800 million project at the current market value.
Did I say your name right?
That she spoke about in court. Now, let us back up. Remember I said that Juliet Holness started this project in 2012. Now let me take people as it relates to Patrick Bailey, Andrew Holness lawyer. Now, before Andrew Holness purchased the land right at Beverly Hills, Andrew Holness in 2011, right, paid for the land. And I want people to follow me. The paper said Andrew Holness made 4 payments on the land. 4 different transactions before he could have paid for the land. Simply means that Andrew Holness did not have total cash, right, to pay for the land. So he has to use 4 payments, right, to pay for the land. Now, remember now what happened in 2012. So then, in 2012, Usain Bolt, put his money into SSL. I want people to follow me. Usain Bolt put his money into SSL. Now, so let us back up. 2011, Andrew Holness never have the total cash to pay for the land in one payment. Use 4 transactions. Usain Bolt put his money into SSL into 2012. The amount of money that Usain Bolt put in SSL was actually about 37 million US dollars. Now, in 2012, Andrew Holness started
his big mansion at Beverly Hills. I want people to follow me. So when Andrew Holness put his money in SSL 2012, Andrew Holness started the house in 2012 and took 4 years. 4 years to complete a house that valued over $200 million. People, listen. 2011, 4 transactions were paid as it relates to the total cost of the land. Right? And I mean, say this, this is Patrick Bailey saying this. Andrew Holness lied. Right? And we have the evidence as it relates to the Gleaner. Mainstream media. Not only the Gleaner alone carry that, other mainstream media carry that. So then let us ask the question. How did Andrew Holness was able, didn't have the total cash in 2011, right, to pay one time for the land. But in 2012, Gold put in the arm his money. Now when we do deep dive investigation, right, we see a coverage that stated that immediately as Bolt put his money into SSL 2012, immediately it was taken out. Now, I am just putting the facts, I'm just gathering the facts together. So then in 2012, Andrew Holness, all of a sudden, have some money, right? And was able to finish, right, his house in Beverly Hills, that as according to the evaluator, evaluated it and said the least it cost is $200 million. So then now, let us ask the question. At the time, remember that Andrew Holness said that most of the cash that he paid for the land came from SSL. He has return on investment. I want people to follow me now, and I know that you are listening. Okay, return on investment. So then we understand why Andrew Holness statutory declaration prior to 2019, when you tell the Integrity Commission that okay, you have return on investment from SSL. The Integrity Commission did not do any deep dive. And so then of course your statutory declaration, right, leading up to 2019 were certified. Now since social media now start to utter that on social media, the Integrity Commission has to now take a deeper look and say, okay, we cannot certified, right, your 2021 statutory declaration, 2022 statutory declaration, and 2023 statutory declaration, because these statutory declarations that you have submitted now affected previous statutory declaration that you have mentioned. So indirectly what the Integrity Commission is saying that you're lying. Wouldn't that be plain? That is what that we can infer, right? We can suggest, we can perceive, right? That, okay, what the Integrity Commission is saying here, that you have lied to us. And so then a deeper dive takes the effect where Andrew Holness' statutory declaration is concerned. So now when we look, not only that Andrew Holness was building a huge house that valued $200 million, we never knew about Juliet Holness. Also, Andrew Holness found some money in 2012, and also Juliet Holness found some money in 2012.
Kind of funny.
No, people, you see the coincidence that board putting money 2012. And the information said that immediately as he put his money in 2012, it is missing. So, luckily Andrew Holness get some money in 2012, build big mansion, and then Juliet Holness also get some money in 2012. Think what we're saying. Okay. So then in 2021, I want people to follow me. SSL crashed. The shit touched the fan. So then since the shit touched the fan,
Please say doo-doo, sir.
I am asking Andrew Holness
We had children.
to come here a little bit. Let me ask you a question. Prior to your 2019 statutory declaration and everything that you told the Integrity Commission, that you got return on investment in 2021, that now that SSL crashed, and we know now that SSL wasn't investing. Let me ask you a question, Andrew Holness.
Two clear ones too.
How did you get return on your investment from SSL? People, are you following me? Okay. How could you able to get return on your investment if SSL wasn't investing people's money? SSL was stealing people's money. Now, Nigel Clark had gotten a report from FSC. Because remember that Nigel Clark, what people don't understand, and people that I'm going to tell people tonight, that Nigel Clark and Andrew Holness, right, are bench and body from way back when. That Nigel Clark, right, was also one of the presidents in Andrew Holness Foundation from way back when. So then when Nigel Clark see the report from FSC, one of the signature items that was on that report was to tell Nigel Clark that FSC was not investing people's money. They were stealing people's money. SSL was stealing. SSL was stealing people's money. My question, why Nigel Clark did not stop FSC, right, to continue? Not only that, when you investigate the report what FSC sent to Nigel Clark, SSL was giving loans up to $7.5 million. Now, who did SSL give that loan to? Seriously. It is a very serious offense because SSL is a non-banking entity and is not authorized to give loans. I want people to follow us. So when we come here, right, all of this platform here, speaking about Andrew Holness and people who are diehard in Jamaica Labour Party, this has nothing to do with any diehardness. This has to do with checks, balance, transparency. And where you have a government that is unable, people, unable to have a statutory declaration for 2021, uncertified, 2022, uncertified, 2023, uncertified. Let me ask Jamaica electorate, are we going to accept that Andrew Holness must continue in government as our Prime Minister and without identifying the illicit aid. So if Jamaica or any member, any Jamaicans who decided to vote for Andrew or any member of the Jamaican Labour Party, someone said think again. Because if we can't identify the 6, because we don't need to identify 8, we know 2. We don't need to identify 8. We know 2. And we know 2 because Juliet Holness and Andrew Holness fight together. And if Andrew Holness statutory declaration for 2021, 2022, 2023 cannot be certified, simply meaning that Juliet Holness, nothing can be certified. Right? So then I want people to understand, be aware, be cognizant of what we are facing. Not only that Andrew Holness is saying to us that I am wrong and strong, but he expects for the Jamaica electorate to give him the 3rd term. So I'm going to yield back and give another member right to speak.
Good job, my brother. Welcome, family. Yes. People, there's so much to talk about. We look at our page and we start talk. Sometimes people say, we are telling them. We make the information minister come out and say, we must watch. Like they are schooling us as to what we must watch. We hear the information minister said the other day that CVM is credible news and the research. I don't know if you guys saw the video. Right? CVM is a credible news, you saw that? When the information minister and came out. All of a sudden CVM not good again. Right? No, you cannot have it your way like this. You cannot talk to people like that and like that. We also hear, although we don't know how many shelters we have in Jamaica. I bet Jamaica have more shelter than Canada. You have met Canada and have more shelter like Jamaica. So, Jamaica, Desmond Mackenzie was saying on a local station, we have over 60-something shelters. When Desmond Mackenzie gets on CNN, we have over 870 shelters. Matthew Samuda on CNN, so we have 780. Some things that are mixed up, the 870 and the 70, 80, less up, then mix up, less up. Then the primes are 7 up. Okay. And we also going to show some of the shelter stuff. So, play.
Here's what we have on the water table. Good afternoon. Joining me now is Senator Matthew Samuda.
I'm joined now by the Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who joins us live from Kingston. Prime Minister, thanks so much for your patience and for talking to us at what is a very busy time for you right now. Can you just tell us how prepared the island is and what...
Welcome, Darwin. Thanks for joining.
What preparedness you're at the moment?
So the government is at its highest level of alert and preparedness. All our entities that are responsible for disaster and emergency response are mobilized. We have 900 shelters right across the island. I can say that from
Unless you only know spread when you say that 900, unless you only know spread.
So from a government perspective, the government is ready. The government also engaged in an intensive informationalization campaign with our citizens for the last 3 or 4 days. So from a household level, the Jamaican households have information about how to protect themselves, how to protect their property.
Sir, when did you give that information to people?
My own assessment is that every Jamaican is taking the necessary steps protect themselves and their property, and to be able to recover quickly after the hurricane. So I think the island is prepared, we are informed. Right now, we have started to experience hurricane conditions, but not yet severe.
But
so
normal.
we are still something about maybe 3 or 4 hours out from actually experiencing severe hurricane conditions. We are expecting that by virtue of the category of this hurricane, which is projected now to be category 4, and when it reaches Jamaica, it could potentially go to category 3 still. Dangerous hurricane, which will cause storm surges, heavy rain, potential destruction to coastal infrastructure and residential and commercial properties. And in the interior, we may very well experience landslides. So we do have plans for that, and we are prepared.
So, Prime Minister, I don't mean to interrupt, but in terms of that preparedness, there will be a different policy for those that are living in urban areas to those that are living on the coastline. How are you advising people who are living on the coastline that would have to move perhaps, would you say, to the interior? And what sort of numbers are we talking about?
Come on, Daddy.
Well, we've identified all our low-lying areas, and that is essentially on the southeastern coast of Jamaica, where we would have potential significant damage. There are shelters in proximity to these areas.
The con man in a conjure coldness.
We have
He's a con man and he's cold with it.
disaster
Conjure coldness, that's it.
and evacuation order. Once we have made the assessment, we have made some assessments, then we will enforce those orders and assist residents in relocating. But outside of that, for the last 3 or 4 days, we have been informing residents.
Thanks for joining us, honey. Welcome. Yes, a lot of us are of that opinion.
Jamaica is no stranger to hurricanes at various levels historically. What lessons have been learned in the
People
past
say
that have actually...
cockroach not have no business in a full fight. But anyway, I digress.
So, as you can see right now, the Prime Minister is on Al Jazeera. That's Al Jazeera International News. Remember the Minister of Information said, when we talk, they must listen to certain news, because when they talk, you amplify it and people hear it all over the country and all over the world. It's fake news. So now people tell me this is fake news. We are going to hear about a different figure of how many shelters we have.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Like my meat cook.
Thank you so much for having us.
Senator Smith, I'll start with you because you've been leading the hurricane preparation. What people and businesses in the country doing to
MATTCHEW. They look a short man.
Well, there's a great deal of anxiety as we now see the impact of this storm in Barbados, in St. Vincent, of course, in Grenada. So citizens and businesses alike have been putting in place all their hurricane preparatory steps. So there's a great deal of activity at the supermarkets, great deal of
Hey, Christine Gilbert, welcome, darling. Thanks for joining us.
And people are putting in place
Family, here on us,
protection mechanisms that don't work.
platforms, their video is fuzzy and the background is bad. Share the live. Share it to people that you know that try watching it somewhere else that is not good video and audio. Not take nobody from somebody, but you know, they want to have a clear, crystal clear, and audio that's on point. Share the live. Thanks, family. I appreciate y'all so very much.
Saving lives is our first priority. Property, please.
Joining me now is Senator Matthew and meteorologist
So now guys, after that you can hear, we don't know what center we have now. Can we hear Matthew Samuda come do something, and the Prime Minister himself come to a different number. Now we're going to hear, so there's no Mackenzie.
Sections of
local news
are suggesting that Hurricane Laura could be this, so that could blow it too. Local government minister Desmond McKenzie says 80% of shelters across the island are now activated. According to Mr. McKenzie, more than 53 shelters are now occupied.
PR stunts.
Residents of Port Royal to evacuate the area. Transportation will be provided for residents to the shelter at the National Arena. And Prime Minister Andrew Holness is again calling on Jamaicans living in flood-prone areas to reach hide. At the same time, he's appealed.
I know most Jamaicans would have taken
But we're coming out of your briefing.
Close to now some 60 odd shelters across the country.
When you see the whole people keep them have different numbers, none of them get together to come up with the same lineup. Peace and peace.
So we have two, this brother right here, so if so we have 60 and local channel. It's not to play with. When you go on CNN now, the 60 and reach to 870. Tell me how you make that mistake. How you make that mistake? When you go on CNN, it's 870. When you go on local channel, it's 60 Matthew said 780 and CNN. Mr. Andrew Wallace and Al Jazeera said 900. The last time when I checked, California is one of the richest states in the United States and have the most homeless people with 660 shelters. Florida, 77. When you add them combined, California and Florida, Jamaica beat them.
But Carlos,
yes.
Can you imagine California with around 40 million people, Jamaica 2.5 million.
Right.
But what
you put in class school them use, you know. How much shelter them have, you know?
A shell.
How much shelter them have?
A shell. Not shelter.
Let's go raise a point there. That was not a mistake, you know. That was not a mistake. And I'll tell you why. Because you have dark shelter. You have bush shelter. All kind of shelter. Right? Here's the question. Nobody asked the Prime Minister.
Hey, John
Are
David.
those
Welcome,
shelters
David. Thanks for joining us.
hurricane certified and hurricane? Nobody asked him that. Because guess what happened? The National Arena is not a certified hurricane shelter. The schools, in fact, man of the wilderness put up a video the other day about the crash shield. It's a school they call a shelter, you know, we have to protect the children them from the elements. Some decorative bricks. Now most people killed in a hurricane, killed because of debris flying around because of the wind. And you can't just imagine if a category 4 or 5
Yes, they call the school shelters, honey. Open air buildings. They call them shelters.
All the people
I don't know how that was supposed to work or how that might work, but yes.
What leave out the cost? Because this very thing I'm going to talk about the industrial finance minister and the financing vendor, the insurance people.
Thank you, Will Rattigan. No people, we know you guys are family in Jamaica, we lose their roof, we suffer, right? If we lose their roof, we know somebody will lose their roof, even a neighbor, a friend. My roof never got the same, but my neighbor, his roof got. The next neighbor, she spent the night in the hurricane in my yard. So while we're talking about preparedness, people, we realize I lie in my tell. We're going to read something for you right now, real quick. A police sent this to me today. There's a police sent this news article from the Observatory. Now Jamaica, kind of field. I'm going to read to you guys. Not but Pearson that lies, people. What they are paid to be a labor right, you not help with. If we have a problem, we have a problem as a country. Tell me the truth, don't work together to fix it. Don't tell me don't lie like everything's okay. Look on this slide and tell me. The hurricane blew on the 3rd, right, of July. On the 8th of July, JPS came out in the paper and said 83% of the public in Jamaica have electricity. 83%, 5 days. Listen to me, good guys. In 5 days after the hurricane, JPS had 83% of Jamaica up and running, which is at the 8th. On the 10th, the PM said we have 84%. So the PM are pushing down the road. So now, if that is true, why are we trying to get overseas help? And listen to me, Jamaican. I would say yes, big up JPS. In 5 days after the hurricane, we have 83% of the country back on electricity. I would applaud them. That's a great job, don't it? 5 days after, 83% of the island, my brother. Wouldn't that be a good job?
You know what I Carlos, them come, that will false. Come and say 96%. Yeah, 96%. No, we're not cutting the JPS. The man has told the JPS under the bus. I mean, no, say, if you're the minister, and you come tell us 96%. That paper will be back and you don't blame everybody else, but blame yourself.
Yes.
In the world like that.
Yes.
Give back to Carlos.
Yeah, well, people, you know, say, we talk about a subject. We have so much things that we can talk, but we're going to stick to what we're facing right and now, the recovery. America is serious, people. I don't know where I go, we have the disease broke out in Jamaica. They're not business people. I believe that such man, you know, mistake, have the country and want it. I believe the Prime Minister have Jamaica where we want it right now. I believe the Prime Minister is engineering hardship. You know, so may I ask my question about it? Years and JPS come out and said they're getting 20% discount to about 350,000 people. That's not enough. We want to know how JPS prepare to face the next hurricane. Who want to know what JPS is doing, what action they have taken for this to happen again? Texas, because I've been doing the stories, if the guys follow me, you know, so they got the teeth in a JPS neck. So I've been showing them Texas, one category 1 hurricane. But when Barry reached Texas, it was category 1. The people have about for 1 week, they bought electricity. The governor is asking for action. What they might do so this will not happen again. In these stuff on the best is not 20% discount of it good. That's Hagan good. We the Jamaican people are asking about this. How JPS can prevent this again? They say they prepare and they're ready for this and after. Up till now, nobody go to my community. My community I've not seen anybody. How many people here, so nobody come to your community? Put up your hand. How many of your people call back from France and they'll come and be audience? They have not visited my community. Nobody. Up till today they ask. They have not cared. So let me read some what a policeman said to me today. Real quick, I never yield back over to these gentlemen. Cops crippled. And this is from an observer. Cross Keys Asia Police Station have no communication by radio or phone. Police station. You want to say they couldn't get them one plant or Delco? Police station have a Delco no engine. We spend the most. Financial superpower of the Caribbean. Nothing but PR stunt and lies. Cross Keys Manchester residents in South Manchester and personnel at Cross Keys and Asia Police Station in that section of the parish are facing a security crisis as they remain without telecommunication services 3 weeks after the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Police station. A friendly source told the Observer on Thursday that the police are appealing for assistance as they have exposed with no form of communication by radio or telephone. Police are exposed.
Absolutely.
So the phones and radio are not working at the stations. We have no form of communication with them. If they even come under attack, we don't even know. People call in the station and the phone call, not going through. There is no water. And police living at the barracks cannot iron their clothes because electrical power is still out the source.
And no generator for the police.
Tell me if we could buy one electrical plant. We and Chinese are friends. Tell you what the benefit is. It's just one little benefit that kind of like I use the Chinese. We have a solar panel, we have many things in Jamaica. How come you tell me this police station and are fitted with generators? Police station about Cross Keys residents says there are more break-ins with electricity out. Former Minister of National Security and Opposition Leader, Senator Peter Bunting on Thursday appealed for help for the police station. No light, radio or telephone communication. They transfer the prisoners from Asia to Mandeville. Look at me, we look at Jamaica by the small island. But we're not poor. They want families who are poor but can't afford it. If we're poor, we can afford 300% raise.
Jamaican
The highest paid politicians in the world, but poor them. We're not poor, it's poorly
they would
run.
be able to take $1.7
Somebody
trillion
told me the Jamaica Observer, unlike Alligator Park, neither of these stations in Asia or across seas
accountability.
have a
Nobody
generator.
can find where it go.
Tell me so we spend the most, people. Who care about us? A generator, you know? A generator, people? And we are Chinese are friend. Chinese make all of them think they could have been cheap. Tell me someone. 1 week benefit I got, I will leave back to China. So they don't have a generator. So one of the things I would make a call on is for the Ministry of National Security to immediately ensure that generator is provided at these stations he said. Nobody should beg the government. Remember, so the government, they say they're prepared with those water figures, right? They are prepared, right? They are responsible for the police who are first responders. Especially in these deep rural communities. They must get generators to those stations today. They cannot wait no longer. It is 3 weeks now. Most of the islands was not affected or seriously, or this time they could easily redeploy generators from other locations to be assisted in cross. So people, it's in the observer. They go on and it's sad people to see the police. If the police don't have a generator, what about we? We're dead. We're in the dark already. Who are we going to call? We're already dead in the dark. Who are we going to call? Ghostbusters.
You're right. Ghostbusters.
So people, it's bad. They might treat like a hog boat, guys. We're tired of that. We're tired of that. We're tired of that. Whether they're PNP and labor rights, put that aside at this moment. Jamaica need one voice for the betterment, for the youth them. So as President said, let's invest our time and resources for the future of Jamaica people. Somebody call us up a chat, but we could deal with this one. This is bad right now. If we're not careful, criminal killer the family down there. They're not on the light. It's dangerous when they have light in Jamaica. No, we're not on the light. Remember, JPS told us 5 days after that 83% of Jamaica is with electricity. So that was a lie. Is the government going to punish JPS? No. Is the government going to punish JPS for this?
No.
Let me ask them, is it 20% discount is enough?
No. They need about 6 months.
JPS must be held accountable. But
power bill.
Then again, it's always look like our politicians in a JPS and them company and pocket. They are not serving us people. Whether PNP or labor right. When they're going down the wrong, we could turn up the fire on them. Yeah? It's benefit us when we speak up. Yeah? That's what we are doing here, people, for the next generation. So we're going to continue to be the voice for the voiceless. Thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Now you pass Dr. Rupi, before you start, right? We can just play this with Andrew on this. And we can just play this with a young lady in a very same way. And this is what Andrew talked to me. Never had to pass on everything. Look what the Prime Minister said to us.
Mr. Bramwell, please stop lying to the people. Please stop lying to the people, Mr. Bramwell. Sure.
Yeah, I'm not telling you, telling about the mental illness and tree, right? Our dad and a family from going from place to place and everything. Here in response, just listen.
diversity and stakeholders. But it has an impact. It's easier to hear that it's been an important and you need to recognize when I speak I try to keep their spirit going. Even though people are upset, some are angry, some are disbelieving.
You're upset and angry, Conjure, because you're not doing the work what we hire you to do. Stop lying to the people, man.
But we are here to build up the work. But at the same time, to help to set reasonable expectations. Because sometimes people have unreasonable expectations. The other thing is compassion your getting to be able to take charge of your destiny, right? So people have solid mental skills. And you know
No, people we have to talk about the hurricane. A hurricane, very listen. You said the prime minister that have to take our own charge and our own destiny and our future and our own. This is not to do with the It's unbelievable. You need, remember, you might collect money and get, much money you get by now. Much money you get to get.
Whole heap, trailer load of money.
Plus 200 and the US. 60, and then back the lady to take our own destiny. When she can't, remember, you have nothing, you know. You have some place to place, and this and the prime minister to say, better when you take your own destiny. And you don't say nobody to know. But he might take it. And he not give it out. He might chop it. No man, this part, man.
Let me say that. You know the funny thing about it. The funny thing about it is that this is, and when I say funny, I mean funny serious. This is a disaster. It's a catastrophic situation. In fact, the Prime Minister declared the island a disaster because of it. And you think he will come with some empathy, some sympathy for the people who are suffering. And hear the message he said to her. He said to her, you must take your destiny in your hands. And don't have unreasonable expectations for the people. No, what would be unreasonable for them to say, we need you to get us back to where we were.
People them post stop blow
This is not a...
and this old jump.
Beg your pardon? Yes. Exactly. You're right. This is not a good message. It's not good optics. And this is not good governance. And so people hope that the people in Sentinel is better. We have people that family in Sentinel is better. Greatly affected by this. Oh, you know what? Give me a chance to say something.
Stand up, sir, please.
Let me just make it abundantly clear.
Yes.
That I have never said, do not send support to people in Jamaica. I have never said that.
Nope. Don't, you said don't send it to government.
There you go. Because there's a rumor going on, and I've seen it, where somebody said to somebody who has a charity and is sending stuff to Jamaica but can't get the support, said, Rattigan is the reason behind this because it's a enough to send them to Jamaica. Let me repeat what I've said. Do not send a dime to the government of Jamaica.
Exactly.
Not a dime to the government of Jamaica. You have family in Jamaica who suffer, send the money directly to your family member. Them have money ground, them have the next one, Western Union and so on and so forth. If you have supplies, send them have a grace period now, you know, the tariffs and duties, and send it to your family members. If you can't, if you don't have family members, but you still want to help out people in Jamaica.
Send it to your neighbor.
Charitable organizations
that are not affiliated with government.
There you go. So what I've said is send the money to charity, churches, and have them do the delivery, or send it to your family members. How can you trust the government with your money? Ask your Nelson and Dr. Francis as a witness. In 2020, I believe it was 2020, the Northeast region, they had a telecom and they collected, gentlemen correct me if I'm wrong, they collected more than 400,000 US dollars. And to date, nobody knows where that money is. Despite the fact that they've written letters to several ministers to say, please explain where the money is, how was it spent, who benefited, they have not gotten a response. How can you trust your hard-earned dollars now with this government? When you have a government, and by the way, I know me saying, not my words, not my words. These words came from the Auditor General of Jamaica. The Auditor General said 1.7 trillion, not million, not billion, trillion Jamaican dollars unaccounted for. Unaccounted for. How can you give this government your money? When you have them paying for buildings that they don't occupy and paying the rent in the amount of hundreds of millions of dollars. When you have a health ministry, 700 billion, they can't account for it. When you have a health ministry that said we're going to spend 2 billion on Cornwall Regional, now it's up to 20-something billion and climbing. And climbing. And then you want to take your hard-earned money and give to this government, they can't manage all of that money. They have mismanaged all of that money. What do you think they're going to do with your money? And that's why I stand firm, and I will continue to stand firm to say, people, if there's an earthquake,
I didn't do my housekeeping before I went live because
do not send your money to this government. We know about this one. We don't know about what's coming.
This is not a page that come over with no bagger and no bang around. You understand? Because me will flush you good, fast and quick and don't come over your surgery. So if you come here with any foolishness and we miss it, you better take away yourself because I will personally block you and delete you and you will never ever be able to participate in another live on this platform. So you might want to take away yourself before me coming here. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Don't come over here with no JLP and no PNP propaganda and foolishness. And don't come over here with no rude and disrespectful talk because you will get flushed. If they come on here with some foolishness and I missed it because I am concentrating on doing this live, take away yourself.
Alright, before we go further, bring up Dr. Francis here. We have something to say, guys, real quick. Now you see, all of these people right here, you guys, you see when they're at Jamaica, some of this wouldn't bother with, some of this would not bother us. It's because we fly out, we're wiser, smarter, more intelligent. We know we're having a bird eye view. We come to different places, but we see politicians get God jail for stuff for them do. We come to different places, we see nobody not harbor, no criminal in the office, don't it? Some of us Jamaica will go out there with the Canadian people, American people, British people, and go protest against crooked politicians and Jamaica will come from. So why should we accept that from Jamaica? We said it many times on my platform. Maybe if I was in Jamaica, I would do the same thing what Jamaican people might do. Look for Mr. Fulfinia, try to hustle politicians. We don't visit nothing, we don't care about nothing. People, the best thing that could happen to Jamaica is for those of us who come from it, who fly out, now we have a bird eye view. I really need the country good. That's why you get this out of us. But if we die, I was a sensation, I probably look for a politician. Me too. Hustle everybody. And I like, talk truth. Which one are you willing to sell out the vote? Which one are you willing to sell out the vote of that song? We're not hungry no more. We're not sell the vote for some chicken and some fertilizer. We're not doing it. Right? So now what you're doing have better meaning. So without further ado, we are bringing down Dr. Francis, the old bull. Respect Dr. Francis.
Well, I'm indeed an old bull. Give me a round of applause. Right. Until I come here tonight, I didn't know that more people can chat more than me. Prissy chat more than me. Mystic chat more than me. Ratty chat more than me. And yes, Carlos, you chat more than me. My God. Ladies and gentlemen, there's one good thing, Carlos, you know. We are to be blamed as much as the people in Jamaica. Tom drunk, but Tom a fool.
That's right.
And if a prime minister gets up and tell you that you have to take matters in your own hands after a hurricane, run as far as you can from him because he's dangerous. Because it is why, you know, listen to me carefully here. If Barry is a woman and I met her and the television she come in 5 days,
I am being cordial and nice, like I said.
so I'm
my
telling
first
you,
one out.
if I hear
I'm
certain
the
people going, I don't.
this is not a PNP
Because the fact
propaganda
of the matter
page.
is,
This
when I
is
saw
not
what
a
they
JLP
were doing,
propaganda
I'm
page.
going to go to my point in a minute.
This is a
They brought
Jamaican
it to the
page
people
with my
in the
views
ears
from
in
the
a plastic
veranda.
bag that
And
everybody
if
can see.
anybody
And
want to
then
come
make
over,
them
you know
sign
this
for
a
it, and
foul
then
fight.
people, they go
Any
sign for it.
cockroach who want to come over, and this a foul fight.
And we
Can
know,
come. But
we don't
first
know
time
what's
you
in
know,
that plastic bag, but
cockroach
we
no
know it's
belong
in
in
a
a foul
last for
fight.
it.
So if you know, say you're a
So
cockroach
ladies
and
and
come with the
gentlemen, where is
foolishness,
the
take away
anger?
yourself before me take you away.
Where is the uproar?
Because when me take you away, it's a
Where
permanent
are
take
the,
away.
you know, who do we tell in Jamaica, oh my God, with
Anybody want to be
foolishness?
missed or come over here with foolishness?
You cannot
take away yourself
allow,
before me catch you.
I never seen a tail wagging at all. And this is what is happening in our beautiful country today. We deserve better. We deserve better
I'm
as
trying
a
to be
people.
circumspect.
And let me make it quite clear.
But this is the first one
Jamaica has
and
never
only. One and only don't I get.
been prepared for a hurricane. Why do I say this? I'm in the military. And you have military personnel, I think approximately 7,000 now, or maybe about that more. And you have the police, and you have the fire, and what have you. And when they went to these people, and I'm ex-military, there were nobody there to serve anybody, give them a water, give them nothing, and most of the places were blown off, the zinc gone of all these people. So ladies and gentlemen, we know all this. So if the same person come, remember, you know, Tom jump but Tom a fool, you know? And if the same person come and tell you to go back to that place, would you do it? So it is for us in this room to spread the word that we are not going to take it anymore. We are not going to take it anymore because this is Jamaica. You say something about Jamaica and they say we're going to destroy Grand Jamaica. That's ridiculous. Who is destroying Grand Jamaica? Whoever is down there is destroying Grand Jamaica.
Hush, Avalon.
We send our money now, listen to this, and this one might be tough. To some whoop this boy down the I 2 or whatever. I was sending money, I would know they're not going to do anything good with it. You have to change. I decided this evening to talk about education of Jamaica. Many governments have not educated us and educated the young people. Why have they not done it? Because they want to abuse us. They want us to read, they want us to name only in Pampola. You understand? We have to be educated, we have to get our children educated, we have to get the population sensitized, and we have to take care of those young people so that they can not get themselves in trouble. Why am I saying this? Because I too was a barefoot boy. I too never know shoes. Yes, that's what I say. It's like a doctor or captain. No, it was true. But it was by the grace of God which we have forgotten. In our island, we have forgotten God. I am telling you. And as a result of that, money and mammon has become more important than people. And we cannot allow that. And that is why we, and I don't know about other guys, I don't know about a few others, are on this campaign because we want to make sure that the least, what we call the least among us, is looked after, taken care of. There was an old lady who came out in the storm and she had dementia. And she didn't know where she was. And of course she was washed away. There was a young man playing a football and the football and the boy go after the football. You understand? We have to sensitize our people. We have to educate our people. We have to stop making them listen to lies. And we have to make them get rid of this thing called die hard. Die hard. Imagine people call people die hard. That means you're dead and you're hard again. You understand? We have to get serious. and take the destiny of our country in our hands. Foreigners have come and taken over Jamaica. You have land in Jamaica. You can develop the land, you can do what you want, and you can work with each other. You know one of the biggest problems you have is working with each other. Do you know that? You say, why look like you was no. Remember, Tom jumped the food, but in the food. We need to come together as a nation. And it begins in the very room. We have to bring back people to the old days when the village raised the child. We have to do that. That's why I'm here today. And I know that my colleagues are sincere about it. Of course, they have more facts about certain things than I do. And I represent and see all of them though. And I'm telling you tonight, spread the news. Let everyone know that it's important to make sure that you take care of that Jamaica land we love. Let me tell you something. There are many nations who would like to be Jamaicans, but they can't. They can't speak like us. Nope. Because we know how to cuss the tongue upside down and round and round. And for those of you who are thinking that I don't know how to cuss people, learn again. I remember a lady came up to me one time and the woman cussed me down rotten. And I listened quietly, and then I opened my mouth and she said, Jesus Christ, you lift up your frack now? I said, yes. I said, yes, you know you can kiss me ass. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm just warning you, don't try to cuss me. I'm very good at it, but I don't expose it. So all I'm saying is, you have to play Brother Tukuman and all that sort of thing. You have to get smart. If the politician come and give you money, take it. But now me out and vote him out.
There you go. I'll make you holler.
Take it. No, because he won't get it from anywhere, would you? Yeah. But you get it from him, good. So ladies and gentlemen, as I say before, education and believing in the man up above, or the woman, whatever, up above, no, the man, because they might get in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, we must believe in something or we will stand up for nothing. So I'm here this evening to let you know that I am very, very lucky. And we are all very fortunate to be here this evening. And I'm thankful for where I am today because I have a mother. And let me tell you something, I have to bow and scrape to women. Yes, women, I'm not trying to brown nose you. I'm telling you the truth because my mother said, I brought you in this world and I will take you the hell out.
Oh, yes.
And she was 5'2" and I believed her. And here I am today from a Ocho. Anybody from Ocho in here?
No, but from Brownstown.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Well, everybody from Jamaica, you can raise your hand. No, but I don't want to be. But let me make it quite clear. And she told me that. And I believed her. And I studied. And I still didn't do I did very well going on. And I'm here today. Every Jamaican child, everyone, no matter where they come from, what do they look like, what they color is, and they must start bleaching up. They are foolishness. No matter what it is, they can become somebody. They can be the next prime minister. They can. I know one story I'm going to close with on this one about education. There is an era in Jamaica that was absolutely volatile. And as the chairman of the Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force, which Mr. Ratigan is, and also her, we had people go into a region that was volatile. Every day they're doing some of that, I murder somebody. And I can tell you, we've been in there for 4 years. 4 years. And there have been no more murder. Because we spoke to the community. We got the children to decide who they want to be. And most importantly, they want to be Jamaicans. Let me tell you why. People envy us. We run faster than anybody else in the world. We have the best coffee in the world so that Japan come and buy it out. We have the, oh yes, you can shake your body better than anybody.
Dr.
You
Francis
have the
Davis
best
said,
rum in the world. Right? You have the best beaches in the world. Let me make it right that I can continue and I can go on and on and on. And they say we do not love Jamaica. Where they come from? We love Jamaica. That's why we're doing what we do. And I encourage you tonight to do that and they're also placing on. Thank you very much. One love, one heart, one destiny. Marcus Mosiah Carver.
Well, folks, we're going to bring you back to a very good message from our partner on Sunday night on the town hall, Miss Maria of Daisy Magazine. She's watching us right now, and what Maria sent me, a blessed evening to Wayne Rattigan, Mystic Sensation.
hey Maria, Daisy
and
Magazine
Maria
girl,
Barra.
wish you were here.
Can't fool him again. Jamaican callers, Dr. Rupert, Mr. President and fellow Jamaicans. You know they should left me out and I'm reading. Corruption has been a major problem in Jamaica for decades. The lack of accountability through the years allowed the members of the political directorate to take for granted their duty to serve the people and instead are serving themselves, stealing from the public purse at will. Their behavior has gotten out of control. That it is as if stealing from taxpayers is a prerequisite for becoming a politician and is the best and only way to govern. The systemic corruption has become diabolical, untenable, and incurable. It is now incumbent on well-meaning Jamaicans to hold the government accountable by any means necessary. This is the big spender government with little results. The real Global Jamaica Diaspora Council is leading that charge. That illicit 7 plus Andrew must be unmasked and held accountable, in the words of my brother Rattigan. This is not my mother's diaspora.
Nope.
They started it, and this diaspora will finish it. They have two choices, shape up or ship up.
There you go.
They can do so freely or by force. Either way, they need to go. Which functioning democracy in the world could a prime minister's statutory declarations be uncertified 3 years running and he's still in office? No one can sit idly by and watch democracy as we have known it be attacked by this Andrew Holness-led administration. Much love and guidance to all in attendance. We are all in this together, a better Jamaica for all the people, yard or abroad. The word is love. Maria.
Hey, Maria! Woohoo!
Now, I wanted to get your attention. I mean, this is especially Pangea. Hurricane shelters in the Caribbean typically have the following essential supplies. One, water, at least 1 gallon per person per day. 2, non-perishable food items, canned goods, energy bars. 3, first aid kits and medical supplies. 4, flashlight batteries and lanterns. 5, battery-powered radio and communication devices. 6, personal hygiene items, toothbrushes, soap, toilet paper. 7, multi-purpose tools, Swiss Army knife, pliers, etc. 8, sanitation and cleaning supplies, trash bags, with disinfectants. 9, blankets, sleeping bags, and warm clothing. 10, important documents, your identification, your insurance papers, and anything else you'll need to get benefits. 11, cash and credit cards. 12, cell phone chargers and backup power sources, portable generators, that is. 13, personal protective equipment, masks and gloves. 14, pet supplies, food, water, and the pet bowls. 15, child and infant care supplies, diapers, formula, baby.
Thank you, Beat and Teach. Family, don't forget,
give me a long
like and
list.
share the
Keep in
live.
mind,
Please like and share the live.
The hurricane
I
passed
do
Jamaica
so
45
appreciate you all being here.
miles south of Jamaica.
I love you, man.
I never crossed over Jamaica. And that means without a direct aid. Mr. Rattigan, you got the list of what they're asking for. Keep in mind, 900, President, 900 shelters are supposed to be open according to the Prime Minister. And 700 and plus according to Matthew Samuda. So let's find out what Jamaica need after the hurricane pass below Jamaica, 45 miles below Jamaica. Here's the list.
The other list. Let me just say that the government of Jamaica said before they were devastated, southern Jamaica, said that Jamaica was more financially prepared for burial than any other hurricane. That's what the government said. Now also keep this in mind. But you know what, let me ask a question. Since 1960, how many hurricanes have made landfall and are passing over Jamaica? How many? Since 1960. How many? Talk to me, people. Talk to me. 10, they give us a 10, 3, 1. Anybody else? Any other answer? 8. Oh, we have 5 up, that's all. All right, 0. All right, the answer is 1. Gilbert, 1988. And Gilbert caused $700 million worth of damage. Now keep in mind, the Prime Minister himself said that Jamaica was prepared at the highest level for burial. So you would think that hurricane supplies or supplies for the hurricane, shelters and all those things would be in place. But let me read you the list that they sent out right after burial passed Jamaica. Things that they should not be asking. Here's the list.
Hold on to the seat here. Wait till Ratchet read out this list.
First on the list, lanterns.
We're going camping.
Lanterns.
We're going camping.
Second, flashlight.
We're going camping.
Third, batteries. They get picky to them one solar powered battery as well. One regular battery. Mattress, foam pads, tarpaulin, cots, hygiene kits, cleaning kits, jerry cans, portable generator, standby generator, heavy duty chainsaw, and the list goes on. Here's one. Metal hull rescue boat. This is after the hurricane.
We'll go on the lake, man. Jamaica turn lake, so we'll go on the lake.
Did somebody say fishing out of Pedro Key? Yeah. Here's another one. Rigid hull inflatable boat. And them just don't want the inflatable boat by itself. Them say must sell it with engine and equipment. Right? Then they want wheelbarrows, raincoats. They're all down on the raincoat. They want raincoats.
Going camping, that's what I tell you.
Yeah. Fertigation pumps. You didn't know what that.
Them one, I think them know neither. Barbed wire, hot wire, them want hot wire. They know we don't tire. Them want fishing nets, fishing nets. Somebody want a fishing man. And then here is them want search and rescue equipment. Oh, disaster response specialist. We don't know who that. Yeah, there's just any able-bodied person them say you can come. You have to pay your own way, by the way. Here is one. Here's one of my one of the ones that really caught my attention. They want fertilizer.
We don't want them when they get from Morocco when they give to their friends.
To her. You don't know if you bought fertilizer. Jamaica sell out the people in Western Sahara for fertilizer. Since 1976, the government of Jamaica supported the people of Western Sahara in their fight for autonomy against Morocco. Since 1976, PNP government, JLP government. In 2016, Jamaica went to Morocco. My favorite minister went to Morocco. And they struck a deal. And they said, we are no longer supporting the people of the Western Sahara. We're supporting you, Morocco.
Miss Elaine Turner.
We're supporting you. I know
If you didn't notice or you didn't realize,
as far as I can check so far, 4 shipments of fertilizer.
You understand? You see them? Stepping right out of GQ magazine, darling.
And then when I asked them for the fertilizer,
and coming out of home, but the man them coming out of
about
GQ.
400,000 pounds of fertilizer unaccounted for. They cancelled the fertilizer line. Then they tell me that some of the fertilizer gone to a place called Orange River Research Facility. And I asked them, what the fertilizer do they? They said, oh, we couldn't give it to the farmers because some of the bags were damaged. Fertilizer not like water. You don't pump down. You scoop it up and you can pass it on to the farmers. And then when I asked them, what do you do with it at the research facility? They said, we plant 147 acres of fruit trees. Someone said, where the fruit there? And then you're not going about it. Right? And then they also told me that the fertilizer was supposed to be distributed in a certain way. You have to go to RADA, you have to go with a RADA card, you have to show that you're involved in farming, you have to show all kinds of things. And you're only entitled to 2 bags of fertilizer. Each bag weighs 120 pounds. And we see the video, all of us see the video. All of us distribute fertilizer under the cover of darkness to certain people's places. People say fertilizer transferred from truck to another truck. Middle of night. And now them come and ask for fertilizer. We need to ask where the fertilizer. The Prime Minister full of fertilizer. Say yes. So hey, listen, let me tell you something. This list, and then they said, we want you to send the things that we're asking for. We want you to send them to the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management. That office is a disaster. They were not prepared for this. And they will never be prepared for a category 4 or category 5. Jamaica will never be prepared. People want you to understand. Jamaica has no hurricane-proof shelter. So if a category 4 or 5 in Jamaica is over. I told you earlier, I come back, I tell you earlier about our illustrious Minister of Finance. Brightest man in the world. Right? Big education. We call him Mr. Lagarigan. Tropical Riggin. Yeah. We call him all kind of rigging. This is the man who in 2021 convinced the Germans, the Americans, and the Brits to finance a bond for Jamaica in the event of a hurricane. What they did, they said, yeah, we will finance the premium.
Let's not talk.
This is going to
You're
go from
smiling.
2021 to 2023.
What you smiling at, darling? Which one?
After that,
Which one of the eye candy catching your eye?
are responsible for paying the premium. The premium now is 10.5 million US dollars a year. Our illustrious
Yeah, you can smile at them too, because yeah, you're attached at the hip.
April.
it will run through 2017.
Like that. I can't do this.
Premiums will be paid at the rate
That's
of
when you can't smile at
10.5 million
us. Why
for the
you sit
next
up
4
right
years.
next to me?
And here are the conditions.
My guy heard.
Because I know
spoken
if
for.
I ask all of you here, I said, you know, very much of Southern
I put
Jamaica,
out
we
people
should get
business
some
out our
money.
road, make them tell
Almost
them.
one person will tell me, yes, we're supposed to get money because we
Smiling
have
at me.
insurance. Well, guess what? You have insurance and you have insurance and you must always read the fine print. However, in this case, there's no fine print to read because our minister negotiated the terms. So it's not like you're buying a regular auto policy where they just take it or leave it and you get the policy and that's it. And here's what he agreed to. He agreed that in order he insured Jamaica for 150 million. When the Brits, the Germans, and the US government did it, Jamaica was issued for 185 million. Somehow he just said, well, we don't need that at 30 million, right? 35 million. So we don't need that at 35 million. So he dropped it to 150. But here are the conditions. And that's why I tell you, said, we have to talk to Mama. The whole have to talk to Mama. Mama never go to school, but Mama make sure so we go to school. So that we can read, we can understand. And so like the life can't tell you what all we
When
go.
Mama
She
take
can't tell
her
you.
class,
But here's
saying
what
you go class.
first condition, it must be a named hurricane. Named. It can't be a tropical depression. It can't be like a snap and then something just pass through and that's it. One, named hurricane. Two, the eye of the hurricane must pass over Jamaica. They have 19 degrees. They cut up Jamaica at 19 degrees. The eye must pass over. It must be a category 4 or 5. And it must have a certain pressure, low pressure, within the system.
And the insurance company took them for a ride.
And as we know very well, 45 miles south of Jamaica, did not the required pressure. So we don't have no money to get. We don't have no money to get. Now let me tell you this. Some people say, well, it's good to have insurance in case of a category 4 or 5. People, remember this. Gilbert was a category 3 when Gilbert made landfall in Jamaica. Gilbert left Jamaica as a category 4. Now think about this. If Jamaica gets hit with a category 4 or 5, there is no Jamaica. There is no Jamaica. And the 150 million, well, first of all, nobody's not going to be there to collect the money. I want to collect the money. And the 150 million can't even fix one parish when it's housing and go. A category 4 or 5 hurricane over Jamaica is complete devastation. You cannot recover. 150 million cannot do it. It's better off you take the money we have paid for the premium and you build hurricane shelter, hurricane-proof shelter. And you buy stuff on that big now, you buy it on a pre-position and military bases across the island. Hurricane is not like a tornado, it just come like this. Hurricane, you have advance warning, 4 days, 5 years. You pre-position the thing and you have people go to the hurricane shelters. And the hurricane will pass after there too. And then you come out and you have your volunteer group or whatever. And let me tell you this, because of Jamaica's political position, because of its geographical location, there's no way the UN, the US, World Bank, Japan,
they took out the insurance because they care how much it would pay out. 150 million US dollars, and that's all they heard. Nobody read the fine print.
So,
nobody read the fine print.
Because again,
that's why they decided and agreed to pay
so
10
we
million
a
year for insurance premium because they figured, oh, we're going to get a hurricane and we're going to get paid out 150 million US dollars. Never read the fine print.
One of the things we did on my last show, we brought in a statistician. And here is what the man said when we work out the formula. For $150 million worth of coverage, Jamaica was only supposed to pay about $3 million a year. So we have given 7.5 a year. 7.5 a year. And for 10.5 million, we're supposed to get $500 million worth of coverage. So we have given $7 million a year for this policy. 7 million a year.
No,
and whose money is it? Government don't have, nobody tell them about government money. Government have no money, it's taxpayers' money. And anybody who tells us they don't pay taxes in Jamaica, they will lie. If you buy a party, you have to pay taxes. If you buy a bomb, you have to pay taxes. If you get bomb, you're now paying taxes. If If you buy the buggy and get taxes, not if you get one.
All right.
But folks, just want to leave you with this, that these things happen, you know why? Because we allow them to happen. Because remember this in life, you teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. And if you don't complain when these things are happening, guess what's going to happen? They're going to happen again, and again, and again. And then they come with fancy words, and most, a lot of our folks in Jamaica, they don't understand when Nigel talk. They don't understand it. And it's come with words like a string of pearls, beautiful. But they can't break it down, so they say, why talk good and they mean well. But they don't understand that there are things going on here that are just plain wrong. Plain wrong. So, Earl, back to you, sir.
Well, before how you guys doing so far? How you guys doing so far? All right, if you are doing good, say, yeah, man! All right, so here's the deal. Someone a little lazy, a little bit of the Canadian energy. But hold on, let's shake it off a little bit. Come on, can everybody stand up a little bit? Everybody, please. Work with Mr. President. Everybody, come on. Stand up a little bit. Stand up a little bit, man. All right. I've been my shopping, huh? Oh, I'm going to dance. I look at one thing that.
President, we should have called the DJ for play. I am blessed. What the DJ there? It must be in the building. DJ, come play I am blessed. Because you know, sir, all the way blessed. Jano.
You know why I'm not showing that?
And listen. We're going to move into another section, and this is where you have to hold the mic. So we're going to bring the mic to you. You have an opportunity. Well, we want you to come up here. So, you know, some of them are shy. And
can we get that intermission, sir?
But some of you have so many valid points. DJ, drop a tune to it. So, come on, shake it off. Every person, that PMP shirt. What the shirt say? Not proof of word. And not my word. No one playing for me. It's not my word. Whose word is it? Thank God. Alright, so listen. I want you to shake it off a little bit. Just give me a tune, DJ. Let's give me something, man. Let's give me something. Jump anything to Canada. Alright. So, as we saw, we're going to crack it up a little bit. Anybody don't eat yet? Let me see your hand. If you don't get none to eat, raise your hand. Kiss my neck. And so much food up there, son. Please, go get some. We have wine in the back, Moscato. Moscato, we have drink.
May I drink Moscato? But what about the food? You have to talk about that.
What's in your cup?
Corn good, rice and peas, good soup, ruku peas soup, we call it. In the back, just make sure you go on this order.
Alright, listen. So if you have any words, the current one done? I look to get mine, we say nice, you see? Listen, if you're hungry and you want a little munch, please, there are some good people in the back, ready to feed you. Alright, the DJ can't find the truth, I'm so sorry. Remember that one? My head, my shoulder, my knees, my toes. My head, my shoulder, my knees, my toes. My head, my shoulder, my knees, my toes. This is someone who I could not go to Sunday school and come up and come back slide. What if you stop it? My head, my shoulder, my knees, my... You know it today, I go to church, girl. I like her, see? Hey, she's sweet, you know? Alright, let me get DJ. Jump! Yeah! Let's crank it up a little bit.
Alright, we're not going to deal with the camera move, you see, because they're walking G.
But guess what? What never do? What you gonna do? What never do? Hey!
Harder they fall.
One, each year. He said that. Come on, sir. That's right. Watch out now. What we have done, them say. Them know it. What we have done, them say, hear this. Mama, You see, you remember me about so. Already now. Me know you're up to it now. Me don't feel better. Because I know where you up to. And you up to it too. DJ! No, Sam! No matter what's the sign all that now. We have to fight the one up beside it, man. Yeah, man, tell you. Me know it. Everybody tell me which one I'm from the 20 years. Which one? You know what I'm saying? Jump them in, Jump!
I'm trying.
Yo, yeah, I know that last. You're in socialism. You're in socialism. You think she's in socialism? I'm socialist, God. You think she's socialist. All right. DJ, all right, that's it. Okay. Everybody have a move someone now. Drop it.
Guys, I'm good with the music.
Yes, sir. Let's not forget where we're from. Show us the way to go. Yes. I'm gonna be my enemy. I'm gonna do it. See that she takes a project I won't run you for a minute. Let all the truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, all that I can get me. Your shoulders down and help us be out. What up? Hey, let me tell you something. You see my family here, so? You don't know about the job, so you see the family here? I'm sure I'm going to tell you this. Let me tell you about my family here. What is it? Step. Over there.
I tell you to say. I'm going to be ready now. One thing I'm telling you to say. Jump that. No, sir. Canada. What I tell the people downstairs. We're on the back. Hurry up. What do the people expect? Should be alright. What? Think it don't worry. Hey, come down. Hurry up. Hey. East. Should be alright.
Up to Toronto.
Well, tell me. Remember, hey, what's too far back for the segment again, you know?
I want to just get one. Wait till later.
Well, later, what's too got someone? Later.
So, alright. Now that you guys have woken up, please have a seat. Not my words. Not my words. And it's a cool word. Rasta, may I tell you, is everybody having a good time? Come on, I didn't hear that. Is everyone having a good time? That's better. Why may I tell you? Women, you're the best. You're not disadvantaged. You don't know. Let's make some noise for Mr. Wayne. Long John! By the way, you haven't talked about your wife. She didn't turn it to me. Angie. No, you haven't talked about. No, you haven't said anything for Mama Angie.
No, Mama Angie. Mama Angie, the greatest man. You know how many women so Angie?
Oh, you act so shy, Wayne.
I was a family morals, you know. We're a family morals, you know.
So, never act so shy, man.
When I say 2 and 3, I think it's a family morals, see?
Guys, I'm good with the music. I'm good with the music. This is my very first live. And I'm not monetized yet, so I'm good. I'm verified with the resident expert.
But when you get $75 a thing down.
Oh boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your participation. Hope you feel a little bit more waking up. Anybody feel like you can lie there? Alright, but here's the deal now. This is where I want your participation. So just like how you get up and you move and you post a blank a while ago, I want you to take the opportunity to step up here and deal with some things. Now, there are some issues that Canadians are dealing with. You know, I was just talking to a lady and she was talking about some of the issues that because the Jamaican government don't put down a peg in the ground, it allows the government of Canada to treat Jamaicans in certain way. If you're not on papers or if you're not landed, they deal with you on a different level because the priorities from the Jamaican government as it relates to diplomacy is not where it should be. She also shared me some lawsuit that was litigated and some other things. So I know that there are issues that Canadians are facing. So if you can point out some things that you know that you're personally dealing with when you come up to hold a mic, let us know. Because once you bring that up, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation is going to take up that case. Because one of the reasons why Wilfred Rattigan is so passionate about this, because he will sway government in any country for you. No, he will. He will. If you bring a reasonable case that you say, you know, I'm having this problem, the guys over the embassy, the guys at the consulate are not doing anything to help me as a Jamaican. The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation has a mandate, and we have determined and have purpose within ourselves to fight the battle for you. So don't feel afraid. But feel you can't come up and make a point, because nobody can take away your right to speak up for yourself. And that is why we have a team of people who are experts in what we do, and we will fight for you. So right now, we're going to switch up a little bit. I mean, we're not for data, but right now, eat some food, have a little drink, and just make sure so we don't keep the reasoning going, because everything we have said and we are saying is not going in vain. And big food done? Oh boy. Let's watch it, watch it.
Hold on. Let's say the goat done now, and then I say the chicken and the rice and peas and the steamed fish and all that to the done. So what am I?
Everything done.
Everything done?
Ah boy. Alright, brother back, hey, you don't get that like bun bun. No, you like bun too? Yeah, my best friend. She is my best friend. Me like bun bun. I rice and peas bun bun. Choke ya. You like rice and peas on Monday? I rice and peas on Monday? What you know about that? Hey, look at this. Who said something on it? Oh, you see, you don't like it. Listen. So if the fool run about running on the say, yo, give what the president like. Listen, I want the presidential special. And it's still look at the bun game, alright? So, big up yourself. DJ Tool, what's your station? Tell us a little bit about what people can find you here.
102.7 FM, Mobilizing with the afternoon drive still. But right now, it's not about me. It's about Numa Angie who just got about her. I understand she has a t-shirt, a set. So we want everybody to go on the back. Ask Numa Angie, what will the t-shirt that will need you to go to our bar? And she will make sure say things are going. They have some discount prices and all today.
Right? And we see a couple of people are wearing t-shirt and mention our big up themselves. Sir, impress.
Sir, I wear a t-shirt with a Jamaican.
Yeah, man. So, J.A. So if you want a branded t-shirt, please go in the back. It's one nice way.
We have some people at front page or so. Hey, you guys can stand up so that I can see you. Please, stand up. Come on. Let's show some love for this beautiful young lady.
Turn around. I'm still back on shirt. I'm still back on shirt.
She looks like she's a mom.
Yeah, man, she looks like a
mom. I said mom. I said mom.
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 All right, mom, please.
I expect you that wife. Want to send some shout-outs to them. Come on, son of a
Come on. Big up on yourself. That Irish and Irish.
We love them. Jamo, stand up so that people can see it. Let's hear it first.
So you're from Jamaica too?
Everyone that came
from Jamaica. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself.
Enough respect. You know so much love to give you. Enough respect, my brother.
All right, y'all ready for part 2? Let's get to the reason. And let me tell you this. This part is going to be interactive, so I need your participation, all right? So that I feel shy, I look good, on the right place. Watch that. Ready? You ready already? So good feel. So, ladies and gentlemen, one big up on the general everyone in the back. We're standing up there, keep the orders, maximum respect the general. Maximum. All the beautiful ladies in the back, wave an hand if you know you're beautiful and you know it. Wave your hand. Which one is that? Hey, Virgin. Hello. Did I say man wave hand, sir? I said all the beautiful ladies. Ready now. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, now the floor is full. That's a lie over there. But if you watch him, you know what I love it? I smartest guy me know, I mean, beside me, of course, but I mean, beside me, I'm the smartest guy. You know what I say? Unlike the government, we answer your questions.
Right.
Isn't it brilliant? But it's true though. I love and follow this guy because I know what he stands for. And as a person who loves my country, loves my country, I want to stand with everybody who's standing in Jamaica. Because I promise you, anybody want God Jamaica? Anybody want God Jamaica to retire? Anybody here? No, to retire? Anybody here? No, thank God truth, man. You don't want to go up there and not to worry too much. Say, I'm going to kick off and I'm take away your work at foreign fan. They know when you have to shovel snow. Eh? They know when you're up here, you have to put up with foolishness and all the prejudice and racism. They know. And you want to go down. Don't make make sure say the piece of land where you have a little house where you have, you can go in and close the door at night time and lie and come out from the little thing of money. And then they want people from you. We go 5 feet. We deserve better. You don't deserve better. Come up here somewhere already.
I got a question for you.
All right.
As a spiritual lawyer, because I know a lot of people want to touch you. There's even Instagram page that they can go to and find you. Please tell us that.
Line up on the social media handle. When I come back to you, you guys can share. But we know OJLDF.net, Reason with Gratitude on Facebook. And we know we have the man in the wilderness, we know have the Mystic Sensation, and of course the Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force, Dr. Rupert, all over social media. But here's the deal. What do you want to ask the panel? Because they're ready to take your questions. And I have a question, but I'm going to save it last. Because what we want to really know, is when am I going to benefit out of this and do it for one? Me want to look up before me get a part of the organization was a question me asked. And I have to say, what we want out of this? What Dr. Francis want out of this? What Carlos want out of this? I mean, definitely know how I mistake and marry you are. Because I told them to like Actio and children, and I told them I said, so you want to know what they told them what? Yes, sir. No, well, no, my apologies. I'm not supposed to say Actio, I'm supposed to say Cancho. Because me can't say so, you can't say so. No. You have to say the Honorable Prime Minister. Oh, what are we talking about?
Prime Minister.
The Honorable, okay. This Honorable Prime Minister? Oh, boy. But listen, so when I ask him, what do you stand to get from fighting for the people of Jamaica? Number one, you stand to get death threat. You stand to be ostracized, you stand to be criticized, you stand to be looked down on, you stand to be called unpatriotic. Why would I do this and people are treating us so? And the same thing the whole of them said. May I do it for me.
Yes, Candy Max.
May I do it for the people. May I do it for my brothers and sisters. Because they grew up in an era when we were our brother's keeper. And like nowadays, people know. You understand? Them grew up when we were our brother's keeper. And all of these people right there, so give up of themselves to do it for us. So at this time, if you have a question you want to ask, make sure you find yourself up here. So we have a mic. It's going to be right here, this one. And it works. So bring your question, come. And the panel will ask you your question. Okay. Our fearless leader said, I can move around and come to you because some of the heels are squeezing up. I don't miss it so. I don't miss it so. Come here with climb your shoes, but let's take it off and come. Here it is, the other one there with your heels. Get on to she.
Well, I like the first question for come from this young lady. Because I think she knows Virginia for a long time. So she must have a number one question.
Alright, so I'll be coming to you according to our leader. And you'll give them the mic to respond. Because I want to go to the background right now walk. So now walk, just give me a little music. So it's really dead up. Just line up some tunes.
And she wear the teachers who said, not my word.
Oh, so she not the words. We'll be coming for your words. We're coming back to the prayer. Herb now. Young lady, looking so gorgeous. What's the question?
I'd like to know when the government gonna go to prison.
All right. Y'all heard the question? Yes. Mystic. You see, you're a researcher. Me knows you probably have someone that's leave a long time. I have a few questions. Give the mic and we can answer DJ Pool. Come on, you're the answer to that. Mystic, if you mind, shall you say the whole of them got jail?
All right. Now, as it
okay, hold on.
Yes, as it relates to that question, it might look simple, but really and truly, it's a very serious question. Why it is serious? Now we have seen that this government has extended itself as it relates to corrupting the criminal justice system. We have known that we have a DPP in office that will never ever, right, prosecute this Prime Minister. We have seen on several occasions where the DPP utilized what we call statute of limitation as it relates to the NWC director that she utilized statute of limitation on, right, to throw away the case. So obviously, we have a DPP that protect the criminal status quo of the Jamaica Labour Party. And we've seen time and time in terms of the evidence that being proven to be so. Now, how do we get rid of this government? Well, we have to vote out this government. And when I say vote, the voting is significant because we have to understand the politics. If when we vote out this government, it should not be a marginal win. Why? If you have a marginal win, remember that the way how bill passes through to become law as it relates to the parliament, the lower house, the upper house, then of course it goes to the Prime Minister's office. From the Prime Minister's office goes to the Governor General, and that now the Governor General has said that in law. But in order to do so, if the particular party, right, like People's National Party, has the majority, what that simply means is that that majority power that they have, they know as it relates to vote, right? They will now have the numbers, 2/3 majority, right? That 2/3 majority will able now to pass, right? Deals with those bills and put them into law, right? As it relates to, for example, the Prime Minister executed Section 3 as it relates to the Secretary, the Integrity Commission in 2017. The Prime Minister used his 48 member to pass Section 53, subsection 3. Simple means it must the Integrity Commission, and the Integrity Commission can speak, right, on matters of investigation until it goes to the Parliament. But what the Prime Minister has done with that also, right? They are trying now to divert from it, right? And to make sure that it goes to the Integrity Commission Committee or Oversight Committee. What does that mean? Just imagine that the Prime Minister's wife, who's a part or subject of the investigation, right, sits on the committee. Not only that she sits on the committee, we have Warmington, who sits on the committee where Warmington himself had made an attempt to destroy the Integrity Commission. So then now, the only weapon that we have is definitely as an electorate to be informed with the information that you are passing on. Right, so then
Family,
you can make yourself
I gonna have to go find me a charging port.
right?
Because I'm at 12%. Alright, I'll be back.
Is that working?
Huh?
Is that running that fast? Well, give it.
Let's look on the appropriation account report. And let me just explain that. To a ministry, you want to have a permanency.
Oh, you should have one. Let's start the back. One more class.
I told them I have to come back because I gotta find a charger.